Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark, March 31st, 2023. It's the end of the month, and lordy do we have the admission of admissions, the Cell, the Snyderverse to Netflix crew, the toxic positivity, the cult members. They admit, they acknowledge that they spam like a motherfucker. They're exposed. That and a whole hell of a lot more here tonight, Hollywood After Dark. You know what time it is. Crack that like, crack a beer, maybe crack that dick. I don't know. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Sorry if my voice is a little bit tonight. I had been resting it all day, and then if any of you happen to be over on another live stream a couple minutes ago, you might have heard me on there for a little bit, kind of yelling. I'll admit, not my finest moment, but I'm trying to iterate multiple points, because that's kind of how we have to do things these days. And honestly, I kind of agree. I really kind of agree with the George here. One thing I'll never understand is why the hell is there so much drama in a community about movies and comics? Sorry for the caps. I'm just curious. No need to be curious on that one, buddy. It is a very interesting thing as well. It's something we all have a lot of love for, and we all want to defend, and we all want to see, do well and everything else. We get emotionally invested, right? Like think about how football fans are, when like their favorite team wins, and there's like, at home, like on a Sunday afternoon, and like your dad is watching his favorite team and they score the winning touchdown, and he's like, he starts crying, and you're like, Dad, oh my God, what are you crying? He's like, it's so beautiful, son. And that's because he has an emotional connection, right? This is what we're into. That's basically what it is. So joining me right off the bat, we got Jimbo and we got Caden. Caden, you don't have a background, Abby, but can you see?
Hold on.
Where is this Scooby motherfucker?
Yeah, get it together, Caden.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. So an RJ's here too. Yeah, RJ.
Are you here?
Fucking
are you here, RJ?
I am here. I felt like I just, had sex for the first time.
What? I can honestly tell you that sex does feel better than this.
What the fuck, RJ?
I'm at like that adrenaline rush, man. Like I'm just like,
all right, please just stop. Oh God, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
Wow.
I mean, like I support RJ having sex, but
it did not go the way I thought it was gonna go tonight.
There was a lot of.
I guess
so. Okay, so people who don't know what's going on, we got to give a recap for people who don't know what's going on. So if you've been a fan of the show for a while, or just a casual listener, you know that we've kind of been having this back and forth with Mad Max the Mandalorian. Mad Max did in a private call with RJ and I effectively make threats against RJ, to which tonight he unequivocally confirmed multiple times.
Yeah.
And everything.
Well, what was surprising was that I somehow was able to procure a link to his stream, and I was able to confront Max one-on-one finally, because he basically got so mad that people were upset that he put my name in his title.
And this is the thing I don't get about that. So in his title, he said Resonant Scooper. And I guess it's because RJ ended up in an article. I don't even know.
No, it wasn't me. It was Casey Walsh. But he tagged me in it.
So
Max,
but then he told me to fuck off. What?
Yeah. And then Max twisted the news to make it about me, even though it's about Casey Walsh.
Yeah,
so
and that's what he's
making sense. So why did he tell me to fuck myself?
Because
I'm like, well, you did mention him in the title, and he's like, told me to fuck off. I'm like, one, I was not even responding to you. I was responding to someone saying that RJ is obsessed with Max. I'm like, well, I mean, Resin Scooper tagged. I mean, come on. I mean, look at the fucking facts here. Like, I don't care for this shit, but like, fucking look at the goddamn obvious.
Or whatever.
Well, I will say this. I don't know if anyone was able to watch me. I probably have never been that angry or unhinged ever. I might have been the angriest I've ever been. Because this has been really boiling inside of me for a while. The fact of what Max did to me. What really hurt the most is the fact that he said he would never apologize to me. And I'll be honest, that hurt a lot. And it's kind of just been spewing in me. So getting to really just confront him about it in front of everyone, so the truth is out there about what he did, to where he admitted He did attempt to blackmail and extort me. He may not call it that, but that's exactly what he did. It was cathartic, to say the least. And I hate having to take myself to that level because I typically am a pretty composed person. But I need to say what I need to say because what Max did is wrong. And the fact that he is trying to cover it up and twist what happened, even when he was talking to you, Matt, he twisted what happened with Brian, saying Brian was.
That was my favorite part. That was literally my favorite part.
But the thing is like the one thing I will compliment Brian is that he's real all the time. So to say that he was like for Max to say he was twisted and turned and all this stuff by Matt's appearance and the call or whatever is like honestly like him down or belittling Brian and his like genuine like actual like reactions to things. Like,
oh wow. Well, sorry, no, it's what it is. You guys got to. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the on the call in question, Max contacted me earlier in the day to try to ask me for help to get RJ in a call because RJ had blocked Max's number and blocked him on Twitter, and I said okay, but he wouldn't tell me what he needed, what he was gonna do, and I asked, and he's like, no, I just need you there. Maybe you can help explain it, and I was like, okay. And then I sat, and RJ, you can agree. We went in there and I just sat back. You know,
pretty much you were quiet the entire time. You didn't say a word until Max rage quit.
He rage quit, and then I just went like, "Wait, was that blackmail?"
And then like that was and then Brian said word for word. Kind of sounded like it, yeah.
Kind of sounds like it, yeah, right. And it's just like, and then Brian is now telling Max that like he was intimidated. The idea that Max keeps saying that he's like Brian's intimidated by me makes no sense because Brian was like super cordial and friendly for the rest of that call. He was like, so you guys doing, like, he basically was like, you guys doing pretty good. Like he blocked both RJ and I on Twitter, but he was acting like we were just like hanging out, having a convo. There was no animosity there. There was no like, I don't know what to do. There was nothing. It was just like, we're just like confused as to what the fuck just happened. And then Max comes out the next day. He does that legal comment. And as I read to him on his, on, you know, what I had sent to him and stuff, and it's just ridiculous. It's just,
yeah. And he's still very angry. He's bringing up tweets about your screenshot from Brian's Twitter and other things right now. He's very upset right now.
Good. Let him be upset.
My thing is, and what all I ever wanted, Matt, and you can confirm this, have I not said all I simply want is an apology?
Yeah. And what did I say tonight? What did I say tonight? I even said that tonight too. I said, you owe RJ an apology. Yeah. That's it. That's really all it boils down to.
I would like for him to apologize to Enosh as well, personally. I know we may disagree on that, but I do feel like Max made that situation worse because the way he handled it. But because obviously Enosh was hurt, and maybe Enosh shouldn't have brought it up on the live stream, but regardless, Max made that situation worse. And how he handled things with me was despicable from someone I used to call a friend. Again,
I mean, even though
and he admitted that it was basically, he admitted what he did. He won't call it a threat or extortion, even though by definition that's what it was. It was a threat of extortion and blackmail. And I confronted him about it. And was I a little snarky? Was I a little going at him about his channel and the status of it? Yeah. Because I'm genuinely hurt. You know? And all I ever wanted was an apology. And he will not take accountability for anything. He won't take accountability for what happened with me. The way he handled the Skywalker situation with Enosh. The way he has handled Zeno as a mod. He cannot take accountability for what Zeno did to Hans. Nothing. And it's very sad because Max claims that he cares about people, but he is a terrible friend. He is a terrible friend. Because when it comes down to the wire, he can never make a stand with his friends or do what's right for his friends. He has to do what's right for him, and he has to do what's right for his channel. And I think it's a very selfish attitude to have.
I'll
let you guys go. I need to go excuse myself to the restroom because I'm angry. I'm gonna do an angry pee.
That's good thing you clarified that. Like I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm really angry. Like you just gonna smash? Like what? Like
I mean, all right. But I'll just say this. Like I know, like I haven't really addressed any of this shit since like me and Max publicly have like, all right, we're done. We both were like done. Since then, you know, I was added back to his group chat and then later kicked for unknown reasons. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm like, I thought we squashed it. I don't understand, but I mean, that's not really the point. But the thing is, it's like, he apologized to me, which is something he should do for everyone, and we all just, fucking squash it and stuff as well. And it's like, that's all he's asking is like, I'm sorry regarding the situation, which is completely appropriate given it. And like, I was just listening in and seeing like him talk about it. It's like, okay, I can definitely see how this could be interpreted as blackmail and stuff like that. And it's like, I get Max's side as well. Like, he didn't mean it, but that's how it came out. And it's like, you can't make someone, understand exactly what you mean. I mean, in my terms, I would say it's like reading a text and interpreting it a different way. Just based on like what he said and probably how he said it, it was misinterpreted in terms of how he probably meant it. But regardless, it happened. This is how it was interpreted, and based on the exact words that, I mean, you read off, it could definitely be interpreted that way and all that. But I get like it's his mental health and everything, but it's like, I mean, he's done many streams about this as well, and one of them actually caused me to get a shit ton of hate messages, which affected my mental health for fucking a whole ass night and shit like that until, obviously I had friends to talk to me and stuff like that, which was cool. But I had to shut my DMs down because of the stream he did. I addressed it to Max, and he was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm too emotional, I can't deal with this. But it's because of the stream. And I mean, obviously, like at this point, I'm like, I don't care anymore. It's done. It's gone. My DMs are obviously back open. But it's like, there's more people involved in this situation, and that's what that's the whole point of this situation, is that because things are not being addressed by him, his friends have to address it to him and talk to him about it. But he puts it off and doesn't address it properly, and so his friends get pissy and are like, all right, come on, because he doesn't do anything. He puts it off, ignores it, or straight up just doesn't handle it. It's like, there's a reason why friends address things to friends regarding different situations, because they care, they feel, a certain way, and that's what this whole situation is about, is like, because Max did not handle any of these situations the right way. His friends were upset, and he did not do anything, didn't talk to him, nothing. And so his friends had to bring it to him because he wouldn't handle it. If proper communications or proper lines were established and obviously conversations were made and yet still nothing was done, I mean, that's what can you do?
It is. The thing is, though, it's like, look, in this space, I understand. By the way, Todd, I see your super chat. Wow. Thank you, buddy. I'll get to that here in a second. We're just on this topic, but I understand that there's a lot from the audience that's like, why is this still going on? Why is this a thing? And what it really boils down to is human emotions. It just, friendships that are, years old. In the case of Max and I, 3 years we've been friends and stuff. And to see him go down this pathway and to not have anyone around him hold him to account, I don't get it. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, when I had my fallout a couple of years ago, I had friends that were like, held me to account, but they were like still there being supportive and shit. Max like hides behind the mental health problem, which a lot do. I have a mental health crisis. I'm on antidepressants and shit. The reason why I don't drink anymore is because I'm on antidepressants. I don't smoke pot. I wish I would, but I don't. I haven't done that in years because I'm paranoid about like being high and then having an issue with my kids, and I'm worried about I'm not going to be there to protect them if I need to because I'm too fucked up. So there's reasons why I don't drink, and a lot of that ties into like, OCD on a lot of issues, right? And I understand I have OCD, and it does plague me multiple times, especially with this show, trying to like I'm always asking you guys because like my OCD kicks in. But the thing is, though, I don't try to hide behind it. And in this scenario, what we have here is we have what was a tight-knit group of people. Shit got crazy because one of them decided to go rogue, and then got like started having someone in his ear who, is very much just a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'd say multiple people too, because this person has the mindset of, I have to be friends with everyone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, the thing, Spherical Manor says, I don't think the whole internet thing is for Max. I know. I told him to take a month off just to kind of chill.
Mm-hmm. He can't.
And he's
Yeah.
acting like I told him to quit his job, you know. And I'm like, look, and that's what I'm like. Even tonight on the stream, I'm like, you got a car? Fuck, dude, deliver food. You'll make more money. You know, you'll make more money than streaming every single.
You. But my thing is, I don't understand. Like,
oh yeah, he did boot me. Yeah, right there.
He kept saying that, like, you said it because you don't care about me. You know, I'm financially hurting. I'm like, that's not at all. Like, I mean, I'm not trying.
We're all financially hurting. Like, we're all financially hurting.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm just saying. Like, why would someone say, "Hey, man, maybe you should take a break for a month, cool down, get for your mental health"? If they didn't care, I get it. All this stuff is going on between everyone, but if someone's reaching out and saying, "Give me a suggestion," and they're doing it in an intent to, like, obviously they care. If they didn't care, they wouldn't give a fuck and not message you and do that in the first place. But you told him this. You're trying to do it for his well-being. So how is that not caring? That's what I don't get. And that's why
the thing.
Like, you know,
it's because he's got he's got the people in his fucking ears. Right? Look, sometimes, you know, everyone has got problems. Okay, like, you know, if I told you guys like how much I owe the U.S. government, like, fuck, right? It's bad. And I'm working on it, but it's like it's a struggle to keep it up, especially when you have a mortgage, you have kids, you know, inflation, all that shit. I had to get this. Even though this is true, I had to renew my driver's license, so I renewed it online. They haven't sent it to me yet. Uber will not because my old license expired. Uber will not let me drive. I have not been able to drive at all this week, so I have lost money this week because I haven't been able to work because I'm waiting for something to pop up in the mail. I'm not out here going like, oh, what was me? You know, I mean, like, I stream because like this is part of my gig, and you guys know that. But I'm not gonna. That's not your burden. Is not that. You know what I mean? Like, and so making it about that, like, it just feels like it's such a deflection, and it's such like a bullshit thing. And I understand that, like, you know, Max's wife doesn't want him to have a heart attack. He's 41. He's mentioned publicly that they want to try to have a kid. And dude, that shit's fucking stressful, but it's great. I love my kids, you know, and I get that. But it's like, if this is causing you as much pain as it's causing you, if this is doing as much to you negatively as he keeps claiming that it is, like, then it's like, yeah, step back for a bit and don't get involved in this nonsense. But like, the fact that he sits there and he makes these excuses when he's got, and RJ, you brought it up, he has countless videos going after Geeks and Gamers, Ethan Van Sciver, you know, he gets mad about me. He got mad at me. And I'm like, he has a video titled, "Who Needs Enemies When You Have Friends Like Matt Jarbo?" Right? Which got a lot of people on my ass, even though it was just him being fucking hyperbolic and shit. So it's okay when he does it. And that's the biggest issue with everything. You know, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is just getting.
I don't care if he calls me a moron, Roman. I really don't. I called him an idiot. He called RJ an asshole. I don't care about that. Yeah.
I don't care. He's angry. That's fine. Revel in his anger. I mean, listen. Mental health is important. Okay, everyone's struggling financially. Doesn't give you an excuse to be an asshole.
Especially when it's like he's like, "Oh, I was just giving a warning," and I'm like, "You were literally making a threat. That was
not a warning."
And it's like explaining that to him. That's why I went on camera, because I was just like, and I feel like shit. That's why I went on camera. If you guys saw, I was pissed.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, you were. Honestly,
you're
when you started like pointing at the camera and started like, once you came in on camera, I was like, okay, Matt is like, even before, like, when you mentioned, like, when they're like, oh, he mentioned your first name, Max, like, that's when I knew that Matt was already pissed. When Matt came onto the stream on camera, I knew he was even more pissed. And then once he started fingering the camera, that's when I was like, oh, he's like full on rage pissed right now.
I'm surprised I didn't wake up my girlfriend. Like, literally. Like, I was checking my phone. I'm like, she's gonna message me, tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
I was surprised you didn't just like throw away the you just get up and throw the chair at the camera. From someone. Like, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I got a text from someone too, so I know. But
no, it's just look, man, none of us want this. That's the key thing here. But we have to defend ourselves against bullshit.
I wanted to defend myself against the threats. That's why I came out ahead of it and explained the whole context with Saggy. So no one can twist it. The other thing is, too, all I wanted was an apology. And the thing is, Max is an instigator and an agent of chaos. There is no chance in hell that he is so naive he didn't know that putting my name in his thumbnail or my username, okay, because he kept saying, "Oh, it's not your actual name." He put my channel name, whatever, my handle, in his title when it wasn't about me. It was about Casey Walsh. He knew what he was doing. His community could tell right away what he was doing. He was looking for something. And to pass it off as a joke, no. He used my name for clickbait, which is fine. It's fine. Just own up to it, though.
I think it was subconscious, right? But like deep down, like.
And that's why I brought up, isn't Brian the co-owner because he's supposed to be helping Max make better decisions, help him pick the topics? Yeah. Where was he?
He was in the chat. He was in the chat, but he didn't start the the stream.
2-hour late stream.
Yeah, the 2-hour late stream. Again, I do want to apologize for being late myself on this one. I literally didn't, when I set my stream, I did not know this was going to happen. So I was like, okay, crazy shit there.
I figured we might as well wind this down because you got a lot of super chats that rolled in.
Yeah. Anyway, look, to Max, we're joined by Anna as well. Anna, how's it going?
Gentlemen.
There is, by the way, thank you, Todd. Holy shit. But what I will say though is Max does have a link. I sent it to him before. So if he does pop on, this will get wild. I'll be fair. I don't think he will, but and additionally, none of us here wish him any ill will. Literally, we've said that multiple times over. I just wish people would stop holding his hand. I understand what it's like to feel sorry for someone in that position. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that there's a struggle that's happening. All right. And the only reason why we're in this situation as we are is because the person struggling keeps literally making it worse. There's a great line.
The sad part is that again, I'm not going to speak for Jimbo and Caden because I don't know what their relationship is with Max right now. But at least in the case of Matt and I, we were both friends with this person, had a lot of trust in them. And I've always given Max credit for helping me in my YouTube channel. He paid for my StreamYard. I was a member of that. I was always appreciative of that. I always will be. Okay? Especially when I was first starting out and I was struggling after my first channel wouldn't get monetized for whatever reason. But he is consistently just a bad friend. And it sucks because I don't have any ill will towards him. I just wish that he would take accountability for what he's done. I've made mistakes, okay? Saying that word that I did in a private Discord call was really freaking stupid. Even if I got bullied into it and it was a private thing among friends, trusting Zeno was a big mistake I made. I never should have trusted someone like that. Because he's done this before where he's twisted things about me to other people to try to make me look bad. And that was my fault for thinking I could trust someone. Sometimes a little too nice and too trusting for my own good. It's just a character flaw that I got. I'm just a bit too nice sometimes, Yeah. But it just sucks because you're friends with somebody and they just go and do something as vile as what Max did. And when all you ask for is for an apology, they tell you no, and they lie and twist things to make it seem like they never did anything wrong. And then in front of like 50 people, which is way more views than he's gotten normally, so good for him. I'm sure he's going to enjoy the clicks and money he made tonight off of me. But when confronted, and when all I'm asking is for an apology for myself and Enosh, it's just excuse. It's someone who is sadly an agent of chaos of their own doing to where they cannot help themselves. They are floundering. Max is floundering so much, and he has bad people around him who can't just tell him just to say you're sorry and move on. If he would have just said, I'm sorry, this would have been done. But he can't admit any fault. And even though he got legal counsel and everything else, because he panicked, because he knew he messed up, he still can't say what he did was wrong and say sorry. And it's sad. It's really sad. But I'm glad I got it all out of my system. I'm glad I said what needed to be said tonight.
I definitely feel like tonight had to happen. Like,
this should have happened a while ago.
No, definitely it should have.
And like, it's not gonna fix things, but
I even said this to him when I was on the stream. I was like, sometimes there's just like a certain kind of conversation that actually does need to happen on a public stream. As weird as it is, like, I don't think that would have happened properly if it was just a private conversation.
Yeah, and I see there's a fake Max in the chat. But I mean, I was serious when I told him, like, I don't care as much as I used to. Like, I stream very infrequently. I have people who are dedicated to my channel who help pay for my stream yard when I do. Thank you, Samir, for that. I'm doing just fine by myself. I stream when I want to. I talk about stuff when I want to. I'm not as available as I would like to be, especially for shows like HWAD, just because of my schedule. Thankfully, it's going to start freeing up in the next few weeks because I'm almost done with my student teaching internship. And I'm going to be graduating on April 29th. And I'll officially be entering the workforce. I already had attended job interviews and job fairs. Like, I'm moving on to the next part of my life, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to be like that, man.
This isn't everything for me. But I'm sorry, what was that? I didn't hear that.
I just said, don't want to be like that Matt Jarvo guy.
Right.
Yeah. Not like I don't own a house, right?
But my point being is, like,
fucking,
I don't take this seriously. It's a good escape for me for everything else. It's a place I can have as an outlet, but this isn't the end all be all for me. So it's like, and when you have somebody who's a friend, or at least a former friend, someone you thought was a friend, try and make a vague threat, try and do life ruination tactics, it's sad and it's a little scary, you know? So
it is. So, I mean, on that note, Max, we wish you the best. Please, get off the internet for a while. You need to. And I ask people to just stop holding his hand. Don't stop being his friend, but just stop holding his hand.
Brian should have shut that down a while ago. And he shouldn't have allowed it to happen the way. Oh,
but it's not Brian. It's not Brian.
I just got a DM from someone who just said, "The fuck is going on?"
Yeah, well, that's that's where we are right now. And Saggy's missing all of this because she's over on the vodka stream.
She's probably having fun.
She's probably having fun. Yeah. No, we're having fun. So without it, again, Max needs to stop and everything else. And there's that. And the question then, will he? No, I don't think he will. And that's sad because it's on display for everyone to see. His own words admit it. And all anyone involved is asking for is an apology. And to not do it again. And it's, and he can't even go that far. So anyway, let us move on from there.
Talk about Todd.
Yeah. Todd. God damn. You coming in here like you my sugar daddy, motherfucker. Thank you, by the way. Let me just get a quick drink here because my voice is still, you guys, I mean, you might be able to tell it's a little bit deeper tonight. Been all week, like with the cold, just like a cough. Anyway, Todd dropping a hundo.
Jeez,
Thank you, Todd. Says, Jarbo, do you believe James Gunn's Superman will be more optimistic than Cavill's version? And do you think Superman will be the main character and Clark Kent will be a background player in the movie? I would say I do think that this character will be more optimistic because we never got to see Cavill's version become super optimistic. Which I know Zach was going for, as far as I understand it.
Just that it was taking a second to get there.
And that's okay. It's called character development.
Yeah, I was going to say to the second part, based on what Gunn has said, this is just my prediction. I do think it's going to be a more Clark Kent focused story.
I agree. I think we'll see more.
And I'm actually okay with that. By the way, I'm super okay with that. But I think the problem with that though is that certain people are not going to be happy, right? Because it's like again, it's like balancing. It's like when you watch a movie like this, right? Like look at Shazam 2, for example. I'll use that as a prime example. In Shazam 1, Asher Angel and Zachary Levi kind of split, right? Mm-hmm. They split it. In this movie, it's literally 90% Zachary Levi.
Which I thought was the biggest mistake the movie made. There should have been more Asher Angel.
It should have been, but I don't think that there was like many times where that could have been the case. You know what I mean? Without the movie going like another 20 minutes, which ultimately I would have been okay with.
Having some of the scenes, not to get into too deep in spoilers, but I was going to say some of the scenes where like he's talking to the team in their lair, maybe they could have been in their kid forms instead.
But don't they need to be in Shazam form to access the cave?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah,
they're already champions, so it shouldn't matter.
No, it matters because they're not champions. Billy is, and Billy gives his power to the
Oh,
kids.
my point being though, they should have
So
found a way to put more Asher Angel in the movie.
I agree.
Good.
I
yeah,
very much
I
agree.
still do agree on that part. Yeah.
I like the movie a lot, but that was so. What I mean by that is, sorry, is you've got this this dichotomy, right? How do you balance the hero versus the alter ego? Which is the one you want to focus more on? Obviously, it's a difficult balance because when you look at, like, let's say 78 Superman, that was a good mix, right? but then again, that had the added benefit of not having anything precede it. So they could play with that on that particular front. But look at Superman Returns,
Mhm.
right?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. To me, at least, this is my opinion. I think what Gunn is going for is I think the closest thing we're going to see to like what he's trying to accomplish is Superman the animated series with Bruce Timm and Paul Dini. And I say that because that series is basically very Christopher Reeves inspired in terms of some of the tone a little bit, but it's also very reflective of the comics. So I think that him looking to stories like Superman for All Seasons, All Star Superman, Superman versus the Elite, that's the kind of stories you're going to get, where I think it's going to be the closest to the animated series as possible in terms of what he's trying to accomplish with it. Because, as I said this before, that Superman movie is really important. He has to nail it. And it's very hard because everyone has a different perspective of what Superman should be. But I think that ultimately, if he finds a way to make it more like the animated series, I think it's like the most broad appeal he's going to be able to capture.
Yeah. And I think that's okay. Like, it all really depends on like what he wants to do. We don't know yet specifically, but he does like underdog characters, and so I think he might focus more on the Clark Kent thing.
Right. Well, according to Grace Randolph, they've already cast Logan Lerman.
Yeah, we talked
So,
about that the other night. That was pretty
listen,
funny.
like I wouldn't hate that choice. I like Logan Lerman. You know, I do think. Here's the thing, though. The casting's gonna. I think we will get casting at Comic-Con. I just don't know who's gonna be. I really don't, because it could go so many different ways.
Yeah. I think. Well, I don't know if they're gonna do. They may not do casting until next year.
But they might need something big for Comic-Con. You know, I don't know.
I think honestly, no, I think they start filming this fall. Honestly, and
Yeah,
they
that's
might
what I was
have
going to say. So they might actually do
like
casting
they
this
might
summer.
have they have to have. I think with Comic-Con coming up, they're gonna. I think they're gonna want to obviously not give another letdown and actually do something, and they'll probably be like, "Hey, here's our new Superman. Here's the cast of Creature Commandos. Here's the cast of Waller. Boom." That's like the big stuff for DC.
Yeah,
I just
like
want
the first stuff, that's
Peacemaker
gonna-
season 2. That's what I want.
I think
I
it's going
know
to be a
I
while.
mean, they did already
No.
confirm that it goes from Peacemaker 1 to Waller
To Waller.
season
Yeah.
2.
I just
Waller's
want the team
basically
back together.
Yeah, Waller's basically Peacemaker season 1.5.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that was the thing I love about Shazam was like I get to the end of that movie and I'm all like, oh hell yeah, dude. Like I just want more of this.
And
That was great.
I don't think it's going to.
No, I think we are going to get more Zachary Levi. I think he's going to stick around because he'll negotiate. He'll negotiate for because again, I don't think they're going to want to revamp all of it, right? Because like Shazam is such a how do I say it's like an inconsequential character, right? And they know that with all the turmoil with DC, it's not Zachary Levi's fault. He tried to defend it. People then they edited some of the stuff he was saying as a way to try and what was it? Someone altered his or edited his Instagram live to say that the Shazam 2 is a better movie than John Wick Chapter 4.
Completely cut the context. That was terrible and easy to notice that it was a bad butch to edit.
It was, but people believed it. And like that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not right to Zachary Levi, So I'm hoping that they figure out a way to make it work.
But you know what though? Shazam has like this interesting elephant in the room that hasn't really had to be like addressed in a live action film yet. What are they going to do about the fact that next time if they do a Shazam 3, It's not going to be a kid that turns into a man. It's going to be a man turn into a fucking man. Like, what the fuck are they?
That's why I'm thinking personally, people are gonna hate me for saying this.
Don't say it.
But I think that when it comes to Shazam, if you want to keep it over, I think you got to get rid of Zachary Levi and just have him in another role.
Oh,
I would just make Asher Angel.
So wait, you want to get rid of the good actor? You want to get rid of the good actor, and you want to leave?
By the time they do Shazam the DCU, Azure Angel will be like at the right age to play
to be the actual Shazam.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't make sense because we've already seen with the Mary Marvel actress.
And
they
stop fan casting 40-year-olds to play.
I thought you were
DCU
fine. You
Shazam.
want to keep.
I see that too many times.
I want to keep Zachary Levi as Shazam.
I don't.
It doesn't
want
work.
You'd be 60
I don't think
by the
it
time
works.
they do Shazam.
Then you completely cut out Billy Batson. And that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
That's Shazam's thing.
What makes that character work, though.
Yeah,
not really.
I thought you meant cut out the kid as like a concept.
Because the Billy Batson turns into his father when he is Shazam, so it's like you need that kid to say the word Shazam.
Then they're gonna need to then bring in a younger Billy Batson. And that would be fucking funny, wouldn't it? Like, right, you've got Peacemaker season 2, and they recast a younger, like 14, 15-year-old Billy Batson, right? And it's just like, hey, what's up, guys? And he's hanging out with Economos and fucking Harcourt, and they're just talking all sorts of shit, you know? And like, Vigilante's like, why the fuck is the kid here? I mean, it just, like, it sets itself up for so many funny situations. Yeah, I'm just telling you, they could make it work. I think it'd be good. And if not, then just get rid of the kid. Because either way, you're going to run into this problem again. Right? Would anyone believe Asher Angel as Shazam in a costume?
Well, not right now, but
in like a couple years,
sure.
In like 10 years, I mean, maybe he would be like,
maybe.
You know, it's just
people can change a lot in that amount of time, sure. But I mean, we'd have to see. He probably wouldn't. Let's be honest. He probably would not fit this profile for the actual, like, you know, superhero Shazam. But I'm just saying, like, this is a unique problem for the hero because even if they, you know, completely recast and they do a new Shazam, they're only going to be able to do like 3 movies, and then what's going to happen? Like, the kid's going to be too old. What are they going to do? Recast? It's like it's a unique situation that the character has because it needs to be a kid that turns into, you know, an adult hero. That's kind of like the appeal.
It's kind of the fault of they waited too long to make a sequel.
Yeah, exactly.
I know there were circumstances for that happening, but it just took way too long to get a sequel made.
But like the nature of movies, though, even if they like, I'm sure you could get 3 Shazam movies, 1, 2, 3, and you could have, you know, the same kid actor. But by the end of it, they're going to be too old, no matter what age they are. Like, because it's going to be at least 10 years, you know. Oh, for those 3 films. So I don't know. It's a problem. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with the character. I don't think they should keep Zachary Levi though, because even though I think he'd be great in a comic book movie as a different character, he doesn't work as Shazam at all. But he has a great, you know, charisma. So I hope they find some place for him in the new universe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll stand Zachary Levi.
That's fair, Shazam. Man. That's fair.
I'll make that. I'll be that line in the sand. You know, that
I
defender.
totally forgot it's April Fool's Day and everyone's posting news that's like fake.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
The socially acceptable fake news day.
The one day to do it. Yeah.
Actually, you know who's done the best April Fool's Day joke this year?
Who?
The Sonic the Hedgehog and Sega, because as the April Fool's joke, they released a game on Steam that's a visual novel where Sonic gets murdered. And like you have to investigate who killed Sonic, and that's what they did for April Fool's this year. Like, and the joke was, we know you demanded it. Now we're making a visual novel. Investigate who murdered Sonic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my god! All right, let's move on here. Thank you very much for that. All right, we got another one from Todd, another 20. Thank you, sir. It says, Jarbo, do you think Batman in the Gunverse will be more like the comics and not kill people like in the Snyderverse? Yes.
Yeah, most likely.
Most definitely.
It's going to be super comic booky Batman.
Definitely.
But it's like, I love the Batman. I thought the Batman was great. I mean, obviously, like, there's moments where you're like, how did he survive that? You know, like with the wingsuit situation, and you're also like,
CBM, you know?
You know, yeah. Or my favorite thing, though, is when people are like, that car chase scene was completely nonsensical. Like, not really. He's there to scare the Penguin. He's there to scare the Penguin in order to get the Penguin to talk. He uses fear as a weapon. Like, if you're standing there, all of a sudden that car engine revs up, right? And you just see the blue flame coming out the back. You're like, oh shit, it's Christine, motherfucker. You know? And then it's like, but again, he's year 2 or year 1, right?
Yeah, he's still new.
He's still new. It's like, he's not the Batman that we all know
damn
yet.
Newbie.
But even Matt, what was it? Matt Reeves had said, I think in a podcast interview today that they did a deep dive on the character for the first one, and then they're going to do another deep dive on the character for the second one.
Do you think that means we're going to explore like more of the Bruce Wayne side of the character?
I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm really want to know what.
Because the first movie is very Batman centric. You might
Very
see
Batman.
I
in the
hope
second
we see
one.
a little bit more on like the psychology of Bruce Wayne, because like that's always interests me in terms of like the trauma turning him into Batman and sort of like that aspect with the bats. Like I would definitely like love that aspect. And if you played any of the Arkham games and seen some of the stuff that Scarecrow has done, like recreated the graves and had his parents haunt him and stuff like that, like including Scarecrow, I think like in the next film or the third film, whatever, and just have it basically be like a psychological thriller, but also like kind of, you know, the other elements in a typical comic book movie would be dope. I think that could definitely be absolutely amazing and give kind of Scarecrow more of that awesome vibe that he was in the Arkham
that he deserves
games.
to have. Honestly,
Fuck
I think the
yeah,
Arkham
dude.
games are like a good blueprint for a lot of things, man.
Especially with more of like the fictional characters like what is it?
Freeze is a good one.
Well, Freeze. I'm trying to think of the Croc guy. I can't remember.
Killer Croc?
Killer Croc.
Okay, I was
yeah.
thinking that, but like that's too fucking
You're like,
simple.
who's the crocodile guy in fucking Batman? What the fuck?
the
He's a
crocodile
killer
guy
and he's a
who's a killer.
crocodile.
He's a
Shut
crocodile.
up, all right.
He never got a
Actually,
good movie.
it's-
He
Also,
loves
no, this is a
BET.
hot
This
take.
would be dope.
This is a hot take. I actually prefer the Killer Croc in like Batman Earth 1 and some of the more modern comics where Killer Croc redeems himself and kind of like is an ally of Batman. I think it's just a really cool concept.
That could be a cool arc they could explore, but you know you gotta get there in the first place.
Have them
But
find each other
I'm just
first.
thinking like have like a good psychological thriller with Scarecrow and have some of those more like Alice in Wonderland type visions that he got in the Arkham games, especially like going through the morgue section of Arkham. That was fucking wild, especially him seeing his parents and like you can instantly see the look of like on his face, like he was not this, like he completely like reverted. He dropped the act, like being Batman, like especially like the look he has in all the games. Everything changes. You could tell it's like not the same person at that moment. Like stuff like that is awesome to see, and it just gives not only the audience something more to work with, but it gives, you know, obviously the actor to do more with the character rather than just being like grumbling. And
No, I
fucking
agree
beating some
100%.
ass.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm excited for more, whatever they do with it. All right, and we got another 20 from Todd. Thank you. Says, I'm just trying to give money to show to Jarbo channel. To some of you guys fighting fandoms, we should all just get along. Well, I mean, I appreciate your sacrifice. Thank you.
Yes.
No, I appreciate the donation. I really do, Todd. Thank you so much. I know you,
Especially
Todd.
Rondo, man. Damn.
Todd's a great supporter. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's definitely wild, you know, when we do this stuff to like the support we get's insane. And so again, there's never a non-thankful moment on my end with any of that stuff. You guys have no idea. But yeah, I appreciate that as well, Todd. So
Why don't you use this money to pay for StreamYard, Matt?
oh God, I hate that argument. It's like, why don't you give money to this? I'm all like, you do realize I penny pinch to go to the fucking store, right? Like, you know, like it's not like it, you know, it's like, it ain't that fucking Jesus, you know, without
I know.
it's just, I hate that crap. It's like, yeah, we all got financial problems, you know? Yeah. You look after your parents. I look after my kids, you know? It's like, that's how that shit works. It's like, you know, my daughter brought home a cold and it wiped me out for a week. You know, I don't get fucking paid time off from any job that I have, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's just think it's such a weird argument to make. I don't want to dwell on it. I don't want to fucking dwell on it.
No, I get that too, but I was talking to him about similar shit, and I was just like, man, if you got so much stuff that you're doing and you're that stressed out, don't even fire up the stream. You don't need to fire up the fucking stream. Like you really
Yeah.
don't. And most importantly, you don't need to put something in the title that'll antagonize people and start
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
But hey,
yeah.
fuck off, Jimbo. Like, that's the only thing that I was just like, okay, buddy. It's like, you told me to fuck up. I'm like, oh, I'm not the one who tagged RJ and put the fucking thing in the title.
I didn't see Jimbo like talking
I was in
any
the
like
chat.
serious shit in the chat. So
Yeah,
like,
I was just literally responding to someone in the chat because they said like RJ was
Oh,
obsessed with. They were literally saying like RJ is
Wait.
obsessed.
Hi, Saggy.
Oh,
for
boy.
fuck's sake!
Oh,
this
boy.
son of a
I
bitch
shouldn't
here.
laugh. I shouldn't laugh.
Saki came
You.
back and the house is on fire and everything.
Dude, I was on a stream and I got distracted. Like I had to leave because I'm like, what the? I'm getting my DMs are blown up. What the fuck happened?
So
Basically, Max
Wow.
put me in the title of his stream for clickbait. He put it off as, oh, I'm just joking around. His chat was getting uncomfortable with it. I basically went in there and just said, hey, I know times are tough and you got to clickbait. And I basically confirmed about him and his mod Brucifer keeps calling me a racist.
Why
then I
was
got
I
banned.
mentioned again?
Hold on,
Why
hold
am
on,
I
real
being
quick.
mentioned though?
I'll explain. So then I got banned. Then Matt came in, made some comments. Max popped off and said he wanted to debate both of us one-on-one. So I got a link from somebody. I popped in and yelled at Max for about 40 minutes straight. Then he ranted and cried. Then Matt went in there, got on camera, yelled at him for about an hour. And then Max cried and whined about Twitter activity. As far as I'm aware, you were brought up because you were making fun of Brian or something. And you got mad about that on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well,
And
because
I think he's mad that you were constantly talking about him on Twitter.
I haven't talked about Max. The only time I've ever talked about Brian is when Brian's saying shit that's clearly about
he brought
like me.
you up in regards to Discord activity, apparently. Because
Yeah,
you
no,
called
I-
him a slur.
No, so I heard that because people sent me clips, and I will say this: that's factually untrue. No one called Zeno an F slur ever. First of all, when I heard that clip where Max was like, "You're calling a openly gay man the F slur," I'm fucking queer. You fucking moron. I'm queer. So no, and no one ever called Zeno the F slur. Okay, it wasn't directed at Zeno. Like, did that word pop up in voice call with some people? Yeah, that my Discord had a bunch of people who use that word, and Zeno has used that word. So I don't understand why, like, people don't understand. Like, first of all, we already explained the whole N-word thing, right? We explained it here. We explained it.
Max said he didn't watch the stream, but he was still saying, "Well,
Bro,
I
he
gotta go."
literally did it in the fucking chat. That's what was the funniest shit. As we're talking about, he literally just types it full on.
I couldn't
blast.
believe my
That was
eyes.
Fucking hilarious. Like,
I
Jesus
legitimately
Christ.
couldn't believe
He just
my
has
eyes.
no fucking chill.
Like
That's
saying
funny.
the exact thing that
God
got this
damn.
whole situation apparently going on.
Like Christ, dude. Like,
And then I
that's-
called that out. I called it out, and Max goes, "Well, he said it for context."
You don't need a fucking.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that like that makes no sense because again, it's just dumb. Like, first of all, how are you gonna tell
Yeah,
a
let me
queer
just type
black
out the
woman?
fucking N-word for context.
But this is my thing. How are you gonna tell a queer black woman that I can't use nigga? I don't care if that makes you uncomfortable. But I was raised and grown up around that fucking word. My family's fucking black. We listen to fucking. I grew up on rap music. We say nigga. Fucking deal with it. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's a you problem, not a me problem. And yeah, RJ's Latino. You know what's funny? Fun fact: in certain parts of the fucking country, Latinos can say that fucking word, and they do, especially when they're in fucking gangs. So, like, if you guys have a problem with the word nigga, then just don't fucking use it. But you're not gonna tell me, a fucking black person, that I can't fucking say that word. Cope. Not my problem. If you're white and you don't like that word, then don't fucking use it. Not my problem. That word is not for you then. That word was meant for us to take that power back. And guess what? It did nothing because people still get triggered with the other one. So again, I don't give a fuck. Leave my name out of it. If you don't like the fact that I'm calling out your boy Brian, who makes fucking posts on Twitter that only he makes after my name is getting dragged through the mud by a certain fucking fandom or certain fucking nation, and then all of a sudden the coincidence of Brian talking about it and saying, well, I don't name names. People aren't fucking stupid, Brian. Anytime my name's getting dragged by Sil Nation, you're making a fucking tweet about it.
Well, he went in the chat and said he wasn't talking about any of us.
Yeah,
So,
bullshit.
But I think it's
bullshit.
bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Well, also too, Max also said that we're a gang. He said like I have a gang and a clique or something, so you guys are all in my gang, I guess.
But this is my thing. It's like I haven't talked about Max in forever. And
Well,
yeah,
clearly
when I see
mad at you still, I don't know.
Dude, I'm the only one that was blocked. I went back and looked, like he has me blocked. Everybody else gets a fucking pass. RJ's can still be a friend. And here's the thing. Out of all this drama, believe it or not, I actually wasn't the fucking cause of it. But I'm getting the most hate for it. It's fucking weird, right? Because like he was willing to talk to RJ, he was willing to talk to Matt, both who went at him harder than I have. I stopped. Okay, Matt's talked about Max more on his channel than I have. So why am I blocked? What did I do? Oh, right, because I'm the fucking more vocal one, right? When I have something to say, I say it, but it was okay to get forgiveness from RJ or try to make up with RJ. That's your friend. Matt's still your friend. Enosh is still your friend. Guess what? Enosh is the reason why this shit started in the fucking first place. I love Enosh, but that's where it started. But I'm the one that's still getting dragged?
Yeah,
I'm the one that's a toxic one?
That you were like the one line in the sand that he was like, because like even at some point during his stream is like, you know, I want to say goodbye to these guys and wish them all the best and all that. That's usual stuff that Max says. But there he was. He had you blocked. He had nothing to say about you. In fact, the only thing he did say about you is they want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, because I brought it up. I made a joke being like, "Oh, nice to see you, Saggy." Because I saw that he had
yeah.
Oh,
like, yeah.
Well, she's blocked because I want nothing to ever do with her ever again.
And I barely did anything to this man. Like, and that's the thing. I barely did anything.
That's the strange thing, yeah, because I feel like Max and RJ have gone at him a lot more and a lot like
more
personally.
You know what it is?
Aggressively, not in a bad way.
Maybe Max just doesn't hate strong black women.
But that's like fucking.
Wow.
But it's literally
That's
the most,
fucking low.
Okay.
But it's literally the most insane thing. Like out of everybody, I've literally barely done anything. Like, yeah, I'm a little pissed off at fucking certain people, and when I see them say some shit, I'm gonna speak on it. You don't like it, too fucking bad. You got me blocked. Why do you care? The fact of the matter is, how do you even know you have me blocked? So how do you know I've been going at both Brian and Max have me blocked? So guess what? Somebody's instigating again. I wonder who it is. Couldn't be fucking Zeno, could it?
Well, Zeno has been. Well, now we know that Zeno's been lying to Max about certain things, twisting things like he always does. So now Max is operating off of bad information about certain people.
And that's literally what I have told him many times, that Zeno likes to fucking instigate and likes to fucking say shit. Zeno knows. Yeah, was Zeno cool with us? Did we tell him shit? Was he around when we were talking about shit? Sure. And what does Zeno do? He goes around and does it. How many times, RJ, has Zeno talked shit about Max? And then when you tell Max that, he's like, oh, it's okay to criticize me. I'm like, no, he's not criticizing. He's literally bashing you and other people's fucking chats while you're sitting there like, it's okay. But that's your friend. Why is your friend in somebody else's chat talking shit about you? That's not what friends do. That's not how friends operate.
It's all crazy. But yeah, that's generally the gist of it, Saggy, is just he went off. And I mean, the stream is, he said he was taking it down, but it's still up.
Yeah, I saw it. I went back and watched a little.
I convinced him to not take it down because I told him that would only make it worse. And I insisted upon him even when the stream ended.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's hilarious because, again, behind the scenes, he's sitting there telling people to disassociate with me, not disassociate with Matt Jarbo, not disassociate with RJ, not disassociate with Enosh. Me. And I did the least amount of fucking damage. But me, I'm blocked. I'm the one that's like, fuck you, Saggy, fuck you, Saggy. What the fuck did I do, bro?
I don't know.
Get off your fucking high horse, dude.
No, I have to agree. By like all accounts measurable, I have no idea why you in particular would get the most flack.
I'm guessing. This is just my guess. Because apparently he got mad about this when he's talking to Matt. I think Max blames you because I told you about what happened and you blew up or something and you made it worse for his mental health.
Well,
that's
dude,
the only thing I could think of.
But last year, when I literally begged Brian, Master of None, to tell Max to stop doing his live streams going in on me because it's fucking with my mental health, no one did shit. No one cared about my fucking mental health except for the people on this fucking panel. No one gave a shit outside of that. And did you hear me crying about it? Did you hear me fucking making streams crying about my mental health, guys? This is not good for my mental health. It wasn't good for my mental health. I almost had to get hospitalized because the man wouldn't fucking stop. He wouldn't fucking stop. So again, Max, if you're listening, because I know you are, I didn't do shit to you. Just fucking leave my name out your mouth then. If I go at Brian, Brian's a big fucking boy. He can handle himself. You're not anyone's fucking friend when you act the way you do. You want to talk about behavior, dude? Like, are you serious? Look at the fucking people you decided to surround yourself with. Where he had the audacity to say, "Oh, RJ, my stream's been better without you around." No, it fucking hasn't. Your stream is even more boring.
No,
the most views you're going to get right now is from this drama.
I told him that to his face. Your views are down. Your streams are more boring and people are tuning out. The only reason he's still making money is because he has pay pigs like Brucifer who dropped 50 bones at the dime. You know? He's not
and that money was for Brian to get an Xbox because I think Max bought him an Xbox.
Yep.
Right, like keep the friends happy by giving them gifts. That'll keep them around. Like I'm sorry if you guys are talking about something, but like I said, my DMs were blowing up. I was on the vodka stream. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
We were talking about this and about to move on, but you deserve to get your 2 cents in because
if you want to say something, that's fine.
Because you were the only one here actually actively blocked by Max.
But again,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, I also thought me and Max were cool, but then, I was responding to someone in the fucking chat because they're saying something about RJ being obsessed with Max. I'm like, well, no, because he's in the title. And then
you put me in the title.
Yeah, and then he told me to fuck off. He just, again, he doesn't, read or check into what he's saying. He just does things.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Dude. Because I told him this to his face. There is a problem when a channel with 5,000 subs is getting the same level of viewership as me as a 350 sub channel.
Well, here's another thing that I don't understand because, like I said, I went back and looked, and I'm like sitting here like I don't even know because he was going off about like Casey Walsh's tweet or something where he tagged us in.
No. He made real quick, Saggy, for context before you pop off. He titled it because he associated Casey's scoop to me. So his excuse but he also was that I know
RJ, I know the context. Okay, my point being was he made a comment about the people Casey tagged, and he was like, "Oh, these people must." I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I don't even know what that tweet was about, Max. I know I was tagged, but I don't even know the context. I saw it, I just didn't get it. So like, you're assuming shit. And then you're going to fucking say shit to your audience to paint these narratives. You're no better than the fucking people that we're fighting right now. You literally became the very thing that we thought you'd never become. And it's like, I have no fucking clue. I'm not friends with Casey fucking Walsh. I barely know him. We follow each other on Twitter. It's fucking Twitter. I follow a lot of people on Twitter that I don't really know that well. So that doesn't mean shit. Not everybody's my fucking friend like that. So like when you're going on your fucking your thing and you got fucking instigators like Zeno hyping you up about this anti-saggy campaign shit, it's like, for what? I'm minding my business, stay in my lane. Yeah, I take shots at Brian when he takes shots at us. Because I'm not stupid. I know damn well. It's kind of coincidental anytime Brian makes those really cryptic tweets where he doesn't name drop, but it's kind of obvious when he's talking about he's glad certain people left him and they're not friends with him anymore around the time when fucking Still Nation is dragging my name on Twitter. It's really coincidental, but it's not about me, right? Because he didn't name names. Come on, stop it. You people think we're dumb. We're not as dumb as you want to believe we are. So stop. Just let it go, dude. And honestly, I'm gonna say this: I love you guys, but y'all need to stop feeding into it too. I get why RJ was mad, but like, what accomplished anything? Now Max is going to go on this whole victim fucking campaign again, because you guys went on there, made him a victim again, and then I get blamed for it. It's all my fault.
I told him to go off and take some time to do what he was going to do. The other shit that he said, that all that shit they listed off, that he said he has to do this weekend. I told him to go off the internet and go do that.
I mean, listen, like if you get,
but it becomes my fault. It's my fault for some reason. I haven't done shit, but now all of a sudden, somehow this is going to be linked to me, and I'm sitting here like I didn't do shit.
Yeah,
hold on. I don't think this time it will, but if it does, I apologize because
I don't see how
really Matt was the one who set Max off this time. And I had to go in there because he basically challenged me to do a debate. He was putting me in his title as clickbait, and I had things I need to get off my chest. But if that affects you, Saggy, I do apologize. Because that's not what I'm trying to do.
It is what it is. I'm just used to getting blamed for everything, and I'm just sitting here like, what?
I know,
the
but
fuck?
you know, as your friend, I would not want to put you in a position where you're getting pushed back or you're getting hate sent your way because of what I did.
No, RJ, you do. You do that to people. You do these
You're a
things
fucking
to
horrible
people, and
friend.
Oh my god.
You're a horrible
Damn.
friend.
All right.
And
Right?
This is,
It's like,
kayfabe, ladies
Take
and
my
gentlemen.
ball and go home now.
Yeah, like
you
I was.
say things and you do things, and it's terrible, terrible, terrible.
I think more
Even
so
though-
like based on what
Would
Max
you
was
like the things that you do come out?
Okay. Okay.
What?
But what I was gonna say is like Saggy, I think based on the way Max was talking, I think he blames more so Matt for everything.
Yeah, I mean, again, and as I reiterated tonight, and I would like to move on to the other topics, but
yes, let's go.
you know, as I said, I'm all like, you drug me into this. I have nothing to do with Discord shit. I had no knowledge of the threat. I had no knowledge of anything. It's not my goddamn fault. Like, you know, the whole thing of him going like, well, you said it and Brian was intimidated. Like, motherfucker, what the fuck?
No, yeah.
I wasn't like, yo, Brian, master and none. He said blackmail, right? You fucking blackmail. I'm gonna
That was like
gaslight you, you
literally-
fucking bald titted bitch. You fucking blackmail. Twist your arm, you bitch. Fucking say it, repeat it. I'm gonna spit it in your fucking mouth. You know, I didn't do none of that shit, right? I just said that sounds like blackmail. Like that was it. Right, but apparently that's Jarbo with his weird kind of like, you know,
No, you. But the thing is,
what am I, a
that-
gypsy?
the
Jesus.
Whoa.
I got like fucking powers and shit, man.
Yes,
like
you do.
no.
Your words, just like
You're a
Poison Ivy with
sorcerer.
her
You know,
words,
there was
her-
one time I fucked with one guy. I put a dime in a bottle cap and I shook it.
Wait, you
And
fucked
he-
the guy?
No, I fucked with I mean, I
Breaking
wouldn't
news.
breaking. Yeah. Ooh, Jarbo likes getting his ass blasted only by one person. I am comfortable enough in my
Saggy?
sexuality to fully admit that if Henry Cavill was like, "Do you
Oh,
want
I
it?"
thought,
I'd be
I
like,
thought I was
"Well,
gonna- I
yeah."
thought you were gonna say Saggy.
Hey
No.
guys, did you hear that Matt Jarbo got fucked in the ass?
I mean, was anyone here back in August of
Saggy
2018?
probably would be the type to like peg Jarbo.
What?
Sorry,
All right, you know what?
I'm just-
RJ, that's
I
too much
don't know.
information.
Saggy. I don't think Saggy is the pegging kind. Have you done that, Saggy? I guess because RJ brought it up. I guess we're kind of curious.
No,
Wow.
I haven't.
What
No.
inquiring minds
Well, there's a
want to
first
know
time
if the
for
one
everything.
female on the panel who is queer and pansexual has donned a strap on and you know gone spelunking with it. Like,
What the fuck?
Spelunking. The man said
So-
spelunking.
That's the.
And
when
I-
does,
I-
listen,
I
when
dispute
do
on
we
it.
ever get the opportunity to say the word spelunking, which I only know from all the times I
Spelunky.
played Carmen San Diego back
Spunking
as a
and
kid.
spelunking.
Okay,
That's my
let's
favorite
get back
video
to the
game.
super chats.
Anyway, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I do.
I was gonna say normally I tell Matt to stop, but I'm just like now this whole thing with it, Max kind of ruined, sullied my night because I'm just like,
I'm
Why?
sorry, Saggy.
why is it always me? Like I get that I can be controversial, but like shit, I have every right to speak on shit like everybody else, and then all of a sudden I'm not even making this a public spectacle as bad as they think, and now I'm public enemy number one with Mad Max. I'm like, dude, like leave me alone.
No,
You
I
did
don't
it-
think Ouchich's not your public enemy number one. I
No,
think it's
no,
me
he
and
only
Matt.
brought you up like once because.
Yeah, he didn't bring you up as often as you
No,
think.
no.
Right, but I'm still in my head sitting there like, why? Like, I get, like, I messaged him. I was pissed. Like, don't get me wrong. I get why I was blocked, but at the same time, like, I didn't deserve the fucking fuck you, Saggy. I'm like, I didn't even do this shit, bro. This had nothing to do with me. I said my piece and then I left. And I wasn't even going to make it a public thing until he did. And I'm like, I'm not doing this shit again with him. It's not fair. It's just bullshit. And what am I supposed to sit here and cry about my mental health now to get fucking people to give me money on my channel? Hey guys, I'm having a mental breakdown because Mad Max won't leave me the fuck alone when it comes to his little bullshit, anger, fucking outrage bullshit he's doing. So like, come
you're
give me
the
money.
only one in a financial mental crisis.
Like, even though I literally told him, hey, you got these weirdos that are part of fucking Sill's channel threatening my fucking income. And he's like, oh, hey, they think you're like, fuck off, dude. Fuck off. Him and Brian can suck the fattest fucking nut. Like stop.
Nah,
And
they
it-
don't
it-
deserve that.
But and here's another thing that blows my mind, right? I'm having a mental break. I know you want to move on. I promise I will leave after this because I'm just gonna go to bed. But one thing that really pissed me off is he's like, you guys are causing me to have a heart. Motherfucker, you let RJ on. You let Matt Jarbo on. I told him many times.
Well,
stop.
he opened it saying, "I want to debate you both one-on-one."
Right, and then when he does, and now he's having a fucking heart attack, and now boo-hoo. It's like you let them on.
And also you have RJ in the channel. I mean, in the title, like Resident Scooper. I mean, wasn't that a name that you went by at one time, or like regardless, Resident?
Well, he didn't. That's the thing.
Tagged.
Max kept saying the word resident, but he put in resonant. He put resonant in the title, and of course that's going to be associated.
No,
with
he meant me. Like the whole, like
Yeah.
his excuse was he was making a joke because my username was in an article, even though it was about Casey Walsh, not me.
And if you have someone in your title, then I believe that they have a right to an opinion on whatever the fuck you say within that fucking stream. I mean, it's basic fucking YouTube etiquette. Like, yeah,
Right,
if you
but
put someone in the fucking title,
Unless
they can
they're dead.
respond.
But here's the thing. This is what I'm saying is like, you didn't have to. What happened tonight didn't have to happen if you just didn't let them on, and you did. So if you invite them to a debate, and all of a sudden your mental health is kicking in, like maybe don't do that. Simple as that. Just don't have them on.
Your mental health is kicking in.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's like, it's the most dumbest thing that I witnessed, and I'm getting DMs about it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see my name being mentioned, I'm blocked, and the whole thing with Discord. It's like, dude, we told you what happened on Discord. You can believe us, or you can believe your fucking lying, disingenuous cunt of a fucking friend Zeno. Because that motherfucker, I'm surprised he hasn't doxed me yet. Because I'm waiting for him to do that. That's the only thing he hasn't done yet, is he hasn't doxed me, because he knows how that'll look. He knows how that'll look.
Yeah.
Drops the word.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, before you go, Saggy, which by the way, I thank you for your time. I want to get your take on the new trend that is going to be hitting YouTube here pretty soon. Have you heard of I watched Alita Battle Angel at 3 a.m. and she's pregnant challenge?
What?
Oh my God! Stop!
What is that?
Stop!
All right,
stop,
we're moving on.
What is
Stop!
that?
What?
No,
the
stop
heck
with these
is
3
this?
a.m. fucking challenge. No, stop. Stop.
Wait,
Did someone get her pregnant?
Wait, what?
You know what,
No way, fucking RJ said that.
Matt?
RJ said.
I did just make that, by the
Matt,
way. But,
wait, you made that model of her being pregnant?
No. I was on 4chan earlier because I like to kind of scroll
Okay,
through.
so
What topics are there?
What happened is that Matt was scrolling through a 4chan fetish board.
No, it
they
was
like
no, it
men
was
who were-
no, it was Slash TV. It was Slash TV. It's the only board
so
I
you
go
went
to.
on Slash
That's BS.
TV,
That's a movie. It's not
and you
TV.
saved a picture from someone who has a fetish for pregnancy.
I mean, they also
also
did
movie
this
wrongs.
one.
All right.
Oh
Yeah,
Lord.
I mean, listen, there are some dudes who would love to breed an android.
Can someone send in
Oh
a
my
donation
God.
asking Matt to
Why
take this
do I
off?
feel
I mean,
immediately?
listen, some guys are really into
Say
breeding.
I wonder the same
you know?
thing sometimes.
There you go.
I
Some
know-
guys just want to breed a woman, you know.
There you go.
What?
Breed RJ, shut your mouth.
What? RJ,
So
never
on
say
that
again.
note, I'm gonna go because that made my mental health even worse. So I'm gonna end my own
All right.
stream here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
RJ
what?
has
My mental health is
significantly
taken. That's
affected
bad.
my brain cells and my IQ level. I
My
actually
mental
dropped out of
Good night, Melon.
Harvard because of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Good night
before-
and good night.
Before I
and,
was solving math problems while I was
Okay,
being a
I'm trying
janitor.
to leave,
but now-
Jimbo. Thank you, Jimbo. I'm done.
Jeez, Jimbo.
I know. I just wanted to say before I go, like, fuck you, Max. Fuck you, Brian. Stop fucking worrying about me and worry about yourselves. If I talk shit about you, feel free to respond. But like, it's kind of weird doing it behind a block, you little bitches. And yeah, admit that you blackmailed RJ, you pieces of fucking shit. Goodbye.
Saggy Melons, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
She's a frequent collaborator here.
Definitely a
Hollywood
one of
After
a
Dark.
kind person.
All right, so we talked about Mad Max. We talked about
Mad Max.
Well, we got
RJ's
one more here because
fetishes.
HBart's dropped a super related to the topic, and I do want to move on, but it's related to the topic, but there are other supers to get to. Saying here, Max has fallen down a dark hole of being dumb shit. Dude, wake the fuck up. Yes,
I don't think he
agree.
ever will.
I mean,
I don't know. Look, Broden's here.
We'll see what happens. People can change.
Yeah, people can change. Thank you for that, H-Barts. Really appreciate that. Yeah, with any luck, he will. By the way, if you guys laugh at all with the weird thumbnails that I make, feel free to leave a like, because we got 108 people and only 28 likes. Let's get to 50. We can do it, guys.
Before our mental health kicks in.
Yes.
Before our mental
Apparently,
health.
there are still more super chats as well.
There are more. There are more. We've just, again, Saggy came on and
We got derailed.
It got derailed, and that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I have no issue with
Damn
that.
it, Saggy.
We all know that if you come to Hollywood After Dark,
Aggie had her mental health kicking in,
yeah.
so she had to come in.
It's
I mean,
a roller coaster.
You know what you're expecting, allowing Saggy to have the link.
I mean, yeah. And I know, but it's, again, I have largely an open door policy here. You guys all know that.
No doubt.
So it is what it is. But all right, let's move on here. We got Reed for a 20. Thank you so much, buddy. Says, doing my trip April 5th, I'm going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio, going to Pennsylvania for 2 days, and then Niagara Falls as well as New York. I started my new job yesterday too. Well, congrats on the new job, but you're already like, hey, I started my new job. I'm going to be gone for like a week.
Damn,
It's
wow.
like it's like I started my new job, but my trip is kicking in. Like,
Oh yeah, exactly.
5
It's
days
like-
in.
Real
That's
chat
okay, that's-
introduction, you know?
But that's great. That works. I mean, for one, I hear a lot of good things about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've never been to Pennsylvania. I would like to go one day. Of course, Niagara Falls sounds pretty cool. I've never been. I like waterfalls.
Pennsylvania's boring.
Well, you've got Amish people. You've got the
But
Hershey's
there's good
Kiss.
food there. That's the one thing I'll say. There's really
Yeah,
good
there's
food.
the Liberty Bell. I can pretend that I've seen Rocky and go up
All
the
right.
steps.
Fair
You
enough.
dirty
Right?
whore.
Well, again, I'm holding the Rocky collection that H Bart sent me right here in my hand, and I can sit there.
Yeah, you should
open
fucking
it.
watch it, buddy.
Okay, yeah, again, hey, things to do, yeah.
You can watch
All right.
the movie with your kids.
Yes, that's the Rocky
Priorities,
kick in.
priorities, buddy.
Rocky's
Priorities,
inspirational.
yeah.
Your girls can be inspired by Rocky.
Yeah. Instead of them like coming in as I'm playing Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
Kill
I mean, I'm
that
being
zombie, damn it.
100% serious though. Like that's a movie that they could actually sit down and watch.
No,
or, like,
well,
maybe
we're gonna-
play in the background.
Well, I'm going to see Mario on Wednesday, and then I'll probably take my kids to go see it on the weekend sometime, because they've got spring break, so we'll figure out a way to get them in for that, and that will be their very first theatrical experience.
Oh, okay.
So I'm excited for that. And also, Reed, take pictures, man. I want to see and post them in the Discord.
By the way, before we move on to the next super chat, everyone wants to know, Matt, will you be watching WrestleMania this weekend?
I know Gerard the Completionist was there.
Is he?
Yeah, he
I know
was
Greg
front
Miller's
row.
over there.
He was front row tonight. I don't know. Why would I watch WrestleMania?
WrestleMania doesn't start till tomorrow night.
Oh, well, then what's going on tonight?
There's a Ring of Honor show, I think, which is a different company,
Yeah.
and so that might be what it was.
I don't know. So, okay, why would I watch WrestleMania? What's going to happen?
You don't want to see John Cena?
No, I mean, I don't. I like John Cena, but I don't.
You couldn't even if you went there.
I have no connection to wrestling.
Do you like John Cena?
I have no connection to wrestling. I'd rather watch The Marine again than watch
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
He's
I'd
a
rather
But it's
watch.
gonna be the talk of the town. You could be like,
Why? No, why? I don't care. Why? I don't watch wrestling.
cover the trending topics.
RJ, why are you trying to sell him on like?
Because I
professional
think
wrestling?
Matt would enjoy it because I feel like it's anime, but it's not. as
That's a
ridiculous.
terrible way to sell it to Matt. What? It's
No,
anime.
like I think it would appeal to Matt. He likes his dramas. He likes his action. He likes his character studies.
It's fucking
I think-
cheeseball drama.
I think Matt would actually get into wrestling if he had a
It's
chance.
cheeseball drama. Like, look, RJ. No disrespect to like people who are fans of professional wrestling, but I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of gotta like grow up with to like have a real connection to. And I don't mean that as anything demeaning, but there's a lot of things like that. Like certain video game franchises, like some things you just kind of got to grow up and develop that nostalgia for to continue to enjoy it into your adulthood.
That
And
is very true.
I didn't get into wrestling until junior year of high school. So
God damn.
Yeah, like zero disrespect.
I mean,
to
I
professional wrestling
played
fans.
WCW versus NWO World Tour on the Nintendo 64.
Okay, so you played that game. Now
Dude,
just
I could
watch the
body a
live-action
motherfucker
version.
in 17 seconds. I could TKO a motherfucker
Before
in
your mental
17
capacity
seconds.
came out.
I'm telling you, Matt. I think
was
you'd
a
enjoy
fan in
it. You
middle
like
school,
you
Like,
like
and I
dramas. You
stopped
like
before
character
I even got in
studies.
high
Yeah.
That's what
Ambassadorial
wrestling
game.
is. It's basically like a weekly drama.
You bring
I
up that
feel
comment,
it's like this. I again, my issue probably is not necessarily with the WrestleMania itself. It's more like the fans of WrestleMania. You know, it's like that specific community. You know, not that they're bad. It's just like that there's
No, most wrestling fans do suck. A lot of
you
them
know,
suck.
but it's like I'm on Twitter and I'm like, you know, people I know watch that shit and I'm like, you guys know like this is like not real, right?
Yeah,
they're
but
like-
that's part of
They're
the
like, I
fun,
can't
man. Like,
believe CM Punk is back. Oh my god, my dick is gonna blow up. It's so
because
insane.
it's just like the movie industry. People love the behind the scenes gossip. It's very much like the movie talk community.
No, I
People
get,
like the
I
gossip
understand.
and the behind the scenes.
Yes,
stuff,
and there's
they
a lot
like
more emotion in that
surprises.
shit. Yeah. No, it'd be like me getting into like the Warhammer 40K bit. I'd be like, am I doing this for me or am I doing this for somebody else?
Yeah.
You
I went to one WWE event and like the performance was good. It was entertaining. Like I think this is when I was like in early middle school, and the only thing I could say is that the fans need to learn how to fucking shower and properly clean themselves. Like
That's
was the one
just
thing
in
I
general. I
noticed.
mean, have you seen Super
Like-
Smash Brothers fans?
Yeah,
Like,
tournaments?
oh my
Or like
god,
a lot of-
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
anime
Fucking
fans at
hard.
anime conventions.
Games and
nerds
going
in
to these
general need
tickets
to
are.
learn it. Yeah.
Bitch, none of you guys
bro.
ever been to fucking Comic-Con, all right? You guys don't know shit.
Oh my god,
No,
I
I
fucking need a
don't, and I haven't.
respirator. Fucking
I don't
Darth
think
Vader
I wanna-
cosplay.
I feel like to me, like the appeal of Comic-Con has kind of been lost over this, especially last
E3
decade.
as well.
Yeah, well, I'll say like when you live in proximity of it, it's a lot easier to get into it.
I get that. That's
Now
the
that I
thing.
don't live in San Diego anymore, I'm just kind of like,
Eh.
Yeah, I mean, like it will also my family moved. They sold the house and they moved. So it's like I don't have I have places to stay, but there's just like an accessibility factor that's not there anymore. And I'm
I
like,
get
yeah, I'm
you.
good. I'm good. I'm okay
Yeah,
with
no,
that.
man. Like it
Oh,
doesn't
that's a
seem
good
worth
point,
it.
actually. So you know Logan Paul, real quick before we move on. That actually is true. Logan Paul is a wrestler now, so like you could actually like cover his match tomorrow against Seth Rollins and be like, "Did you know that this new WWE wrestler faked a suicide video?"
Fucking Christ, that no.
RJ.
For
It
one,
would be a
I-
great
Are you
YouTube
serious,
short, though.
RJ?
It'd be a great
well, he
YouTube
did.
short.
He did fake it. It's the whole thing is fake, but
Yeah.
it's
But-
like I don't know if that's necessarily like the right time. It's been 5
Yeah.
years almost. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, man.
If
can you
anything,
imagine
bring up the
YouTube
Crypto
short
Zoo. Why
numbers?
bring up the fucking
Crypto Zoo
Suicide
is
Forest?
recent, but I have no
That's-
connection. I have no connection to NFTs.
Oh yeah,
But I
Yeah,
did.
but
I
I
did
mean-
watch CoffeeZilla's like 3-part video on it. Though.
Dude,
Matt's big
holy
theory, man.
shit.
I remember
like-
that.
Dude, I mean, there's even more shit coming out, but I mean, I don't know if you guys saw, but Andrew Tate has been released and he made
Yeah.
a statement already. Like,
I
that's insane. Like, he was locked up for 3 months and had no charges. That's fucking wild. I mean,
Anyway,
you know,
again, apologies for derailing again. Let us continue.
I mean, yeah,
It's all-
it's for
it's all
Andrew
Sega's
Tate.
fault.
I do enjoy watching the commentary on him. I just don't engage with a lot of it myself. But thank you for that. We got Zachary here asking, what did you think of the Avatar 2 writer doing Fantastic Four now? And I'm like, well, my question, I don't know for one who like really what this guy else has
Well,
done.
the funny thing is that before, like 4 years ago, he said like on Twitter that he didn't write Avatar 2, and the only thing credit he has a story by, and his actual script that he actually wrote is Avatar 4, which James Cameron went on record saying that Disney sent 0 notes and had one reaction, which was holy fuck. So, I mean, yeah.
Well, it's not just Fantastic Four getting a new writer as well. I don't know if you guys saw, but Thunderbolts as well. They're getting like a screenwriter coming in to rewrite it. Because
Well, he
apparently
has
the
already
original
written
version
it.
was way too Black Widow focused. Way too much. It felt too much like a
I mean,
Black
that's
Widow
what
sequel.
happens when you get the Black Widow writer and possibly have him use a lot of Black Widow characters.
Yeah.
I mean, like, is that really a bad thing though?
I think because they want Thunderbolts to actually be something a bit more unique.
I mean, I get okay, fine, I get that.
And
that.
if it feels like something like
If it feels
a
too much
sequel
like
to
a Black Widow,
then it'll be
sequel,
like,
yeah.
why is this called Thunderbolts and not just Black Widow 2? Like, other than
But
that,
at the
like,
same time, even if it was called Black Widow 2, like it wouldn't impact it negatively because like you've got Yelena Belova
but the thing is
like in
that,
there. I just don't care
Yeah.
what the title is anymore. Just give me the characters. It's like that's
Right.
where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, they could still have the movie be called.
Well,
that and form
I
the
was gonna say
Thunderbolts.
too. The
I mean,
writer they. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say like look at what's going on with Captain America 4, right? Is it even a Captain America movie or
It's
is it
basically a
Incredible Hulk
movie.
2?
Yeah, it's Incredible Hulk 2.
You know,
With Captain America is the star.
yeah, and it's like it's leading into
like, it
to
may have like a
Thunderbolts.
Hulk subplot, but is it really like?
Dude, like how many Hulk characters do they have? It's a lot.
They're bringing back Liv goddamn Tyler.
And the leader.
Yeah, Tim
Which-
Blake Nelson.
I mean, the leader has Captain America ties, like.
Sure,
in the
but it's like
comics,
it's actually Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah, it feels like it's a continuation of the
Which is
Incredible Hulk.
an awesome choice because I love him as an actor. And then and I for one, I'm just excited. I love Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson, so I'm really excited to see what they do with this.
My biggest concern with that movie is like it feels like it's gonna be overstuffed because it's like it's continuing the story from Falcon Winter Soldier with some of those characters.
I don't know. I
and
feel
you're
like it
doing
could
some
all
Hulk
come
stuff.
together. I feel like it
Maybe.
could come
I need to
together
see the
because
movie, though.
they've done a good job with like making Ross like this government character.
Yeah.
I feel like him becoming the president kind of makes sense, and it's an interesting idea.
But then again, though, as I keep saying, it's like they kind of have to discontinuously do team up movies now.
Yeah, they have to
Oh
keep
my
out
God,
doing
I
them
just
in
realized.
a way.
So
I just realized something.
what's that?
What if, because there's a controversy of the movie being called New World Order, what if it's like Serpent Society where it's a fake title, and the title of the movie is actually going to be Captain America World War Hulk?
Oh my God, I don't know about that. Not a bad theory though, because
No, because think
Why
about
don't you just make a fucking
I
Hulk
don't know. I
movie?
don't. No,
I ties
I don't.
Captain America. with
It's
the
not
World
going to
War.
be. No, it's going to lead up to that, but it's not going to be that. Like, you'll get the creation of Red Hulk in the movie, but you won't have where Red Hulk is like a constant thing in the movie. It'll
By the
probably
way,
be,
I'm
like,
still
near the
pissed that
end of the
Harrison
movie.
Ford doesn't have the mustache.
They might digitally
I
add
mean,
it in.
but the thing is that
That would look
Maverick
bad.
Jones Red
No,
Hulk is
no.
the mustached Red Hulk, not.
Okay.
What happened the
Thunderbolt
last
Rock.
time when they messed with somebody's mustache, Matt?
That was
Yeah.
not. That
Well,
wasn't
the thing is-
Marvel.
That
That
was
was
rushed.
DC.
Well, to be fair,
I don't
Marvel's
know.
had VFX issues lately.
As
so-
long as they like put the
True.
emphasis and more
Well,
and
they fired the
focus
person that
on.
caused the issues, so.
Yeah, I
Fair
mean,
enough.
true.
Yeah,
But
they
as
did
long
do
as Captain America's still at the forefront, it's his fucking movie, I'll be fine. And they don't like
But-
save his major story arc for the end like they did for Falcon Winter Soldier. I did not like that show at all. I just felt like I could have skipped this whole shitty plot line and just watched the last episode, and I would still be better off. So I just
Harrison
hope
Ford
that
would
they
look weird
put
with
his
a
character.
mustache.
Well, I mean, again, there was like the pandemic and there was the storyline stuff, and
Yeah,
that
because
show
there's supposed to be,
definitely
like,
had
whole
problems.
Big like bomb type subplot like in
Yeah.
the first couple episodes.
I would like to see them, release the extended cut. To be honest with you,
Well, they don't even have like anything from that. They had to rewrite it before like literally
Oh,
the week
okay.
like 2 weeks before production started.
I still don't know how I feel about Harrison Ford being in the MCU. I feel like that means like Ross definitely has an expiration date, let's say, because
well,
I don't
yeah,
think he's going to be on a long-term commitment, you know?
but I look at it like this: Harrison Ford has basically said, like, when asked about that, he's all like, "Well, I get to go have fun, right?" Like he kind of like pulled the stick out of his ass a little bit. I feel like.
Really? You think so?
Well, he's doing. There's a TV show on Apple TV Plus called Shrinking that he's in with I forget the actor from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, Jason Sudeikis?
Not Jason Sudeikis. No, that's Ted Lasso. Jason Segel. Jason Segel. Jason Segel.
Yeah. I got
Right?
the name.
Yeah, he's
Jason,
doing that.
right.
He's you got Indiana Jones. He's in a few other things. He's actually started opening himself up a lot more. And I think he realizes that he's closer to the end than he is away from it.
I think he wants to secure
Yeah.
the bag for his family.
He's been acting for 50 fucking years.
No,
It's
I meant
Star Wars. Like,
no, I know. I meant
motherfucker got money, dude.
I meant
No,
dude,
yeah,
well, I think also
he's
he
a
wants to
man.
have fun, but I think also too like the Marvel paycheck and royalties is also very good.
Probably
Sure.
just wants to
I'm sure it
expand
is.
his scope before he goes. He doesn't want to be known for just
Han
all the
Solo and Indiana Jones.
yeah. I mean, and plus to be honest, if we're gonna and not only that, but like the Fugitive, all that stuff, like all his major movies that people know him by are stuff from the past. He wants to do something probably more
Modern.
recent, that modern that he's known for, and that he could be when that does happen, they'll include that in this thing. Like, oh yeah, he just did this recently. Like he still got it years later.
That's a really good point. And they honestly they owe it to him to use his talent properly. Because Harrison Ford, when he's giving it his all in a project that he actually gives a shit about.
I am praying. I need
Fucking amazing.
2 things real quick too, because I'm gonna dip out in a second. I still need to see John Wick, but has anyone seen Dungeons and Dragons? I've heard amazing things about
Haven't
it.
seen it yet.
No, I might go tomorrow night if
I know.
Because I want to go do a double feature of John Wick Chapter 4 and Dungeons and Dragons. Because if I can't go out and do delivery driving, I might as well just fuck off, go see some movies.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about Dungeons and Dragons. What sold me on it? Did you see the clip floating around of the guys from Freaks and Geeks?
Nope.
No, but the thing that sold me on the movie was the clip from the movie where they resurrect the dead skeleton. That was funny. That was really good.
I've heard mixed things on the film, but I'm eager to go see it for myself.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way, and before I go as well, has anyone played the Resident Evil 4 remake yet?
no, I haven't.
It's fucking
Before you
amazing,
go,
dude.
It's
It
so
is
fucking
literally
good.
fucking awesome.
They
It's probably
somehow
the
made
best
one of the
remake
they somehow made one of the
Dude.
greatest games of all time. One of the greatest games of all time.
Wait, they
Oh,
didn't
man.
flop
I
that
gotta-
shit? They didn't? Awesome.
No,
No,
it
it's
was
great.
great. Like,
Good.
I mean, speaking of remakes, I mean, this was a great remake. I got it on PC, but the port of Last of Us Part 1 on PC has horrible reviews.
Oh, it's
There's-
bad. It's a really
dude,
bad
there's
port.
graphic issues, all this stuff. I'm almost tempted to buy it just so I can review it and play for the minimum hour and then just refund it. And
Damn.
I'm totally tempted to do that. I mean, you can do that. People do it all the time.
Well,
no, yeah, I know. Yeah.
They,
They had to
it's-
implement that
that's what-
policy a while
Well,
back.
they're doing
Oh, yeah.
fixes for it. Like Naughty Dog has apologized. They're going to be doing fixes for it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
It's gonna take a
because
while
they-
with all the
because they gave the
issues.
port, they gave the PC port to Iron Galaxy, who did the Arkham Knight PC port.
Can I just
I'm
say,
like, why
like,
Are
would
you
do that?
serious?
Yes.
Man, that was like 7-8 years ago now. Like how now they got 2 like this. Like stop
Dude,
giving it.
Have you guys even read the Steam reviews for it? They're
I haven't.
gruesome. That's what I always do because it's always entertaining to read Steam reviews because they're either fucking troll and funny or they're
No,
just
listen, Shifty
ripping it
Gizm.
to
Can I
shreds.
address Shifty Gizm's comment real quick before I go?
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. I thought that Resident Evil 4 did not need a remake 'cause it's already a perfect game. They made a perfect game even better. Like
Times two.
because they they took everything great about Resident Evil 4 and just added more. The story's a lot better. There's different the character motivations are a lot stronger. The gameplay is a little more fluid, obviously. It's hard to explain, but it was just a magical experience playing that game.
awesome.
Dude,
It is
yeah.
and again, Resident Evil 4 is one of the greatest games ever made. It's a classic. Like, I had doubts about them remaking it, but this is probably the greatest video game remake I've ever played.
Wow, that's high praise, RJ.
No,
Yeah.
no. I mean, if you played it, I mean, that's completely standard. I don't think I've heard a single thing
Because
or
it literally
experienced
does.
anything
It
that's
literally
bad.
makes everything about the original better. Like, it doesn't
Dude.
take anything away from the original. It's still there. It's just that it made the original better.
Yeah,
Because
they
again,
just
it
yeah.
really did so many improvements with the story and the characterization
mechanics
as well.
But RJ, have you seen the funny thing of how you can easily end the game in like 0.2 seconds by shooting the clock shooting the
Yeah, I
bell?
saw that. They had a
Dude,
little
I tried it and I
music,
got I got an achievement for it. like that game is just so fucking I love Resident Evil 4. Like I feel like 7 and 4 are probably my favorites just because of the story and the time and like nostalgia for me.
I mean, Resident Evil 2, the remake of that came out, that's probably one of my favorites as well. Like that one.
Yeah. I
and
haven't
this
played that one. I don't know why I didn't play that one, but I played 4 recently, and just my god,
Dan, we've really gone off into a video game tangent.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Right?
awesome.
I mean, I don't have. Well, I haven't bought RE4 yet. I don't think I will for a while. I've been working on Rational Skeptic got me Dying Light 2 a while back.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Rational bought me Resident Evil Revelations 1
Awesome.
and 2.
Nice.
So I'm playing Resident Evil
yeah.
Revelations right now. So
Yeah, I've been doing the Dying Light 2, and I was a little bit worried because my kids keep coming in and out, right? And like it's a violent game, you know. My 5-year-old is like, she came on in as I was playing it today. She's like, I'm like, this is gonna scare you. She's like, I'm fine.
Wow.
And I'm like, Jesus.
I don't know about that, but you know.
our kids stay, right? I swear.
Yeah, she's like, Daddy, I'm scared of taking a bath. I don't like the water on my head. That frightens me. I'm like, well, here's a game where the zombie just got fucking decimated, and she's all like, that's cool.
Whatever.
I mean,
I'll
to
get
be
out of your
fair,
guys'
I
scared.
agree.
Matt,
I could
have
totally
fun.
relate to that.
Matt, have fun roasting some Snyder Bros because they are stupid. And they
Yeah, I
make
got. Well, I
some
want. Yeah, I got
amazing
your
things.
clip. I got your clip up and everything else. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna head to bed, but thank y'all so much for the love and support, and make sure you hit the like button, tickle that on your way out. Okay.
Tickle it. Yeah, just tickle
To
it.
also donate your life savings to Matt as well.
What?
Sure. I'm not gonna.
That wasn't Matt that said it. So it's
That
okay.
wasn't me who said it.
That
No,
wasn't
no.
you.
Yeah,
That,
that
said
That
it.
wasn't an AI
fuck?
construct that I had made of Jimbo's voice. All right, let's move on here. CJH with a Canadian 550. Thank you, buddy. It says, will James Gunn's Batman have white eyes and blue and gray costume and underwear outside of his pants? And will Grayson be a Robin or Nightwing?
It's not going to be Dick Grayson. It's going to be the other one, Damian Wayne.
Damian Wayne will be Robin, so most likely Grayson will be Nightwing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably, I'm sure Dick Grayson will be around as Nightwing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure like Batgirl and Jason Todd are also going to pop up in the movie as well. Like I said this the other night, I'm like, part of me feels with the comments Ben Affleck had made, like spoiling part of the Flash, and like how he finally figured out how to play Batman, and he kind of wants another run at it. Like with Gal still kind of being around, and Jason saying that they might.
He didn't say he wants another run at it. He said that he wished he had another run at it, which he wished he didn't decide not to give up.
Well, I'm just wondering.
He knows that what the consequences would be if he
no.
continued. But now he finally found it. But he knows that if he continues, what will happen.
I think he might. I think with the right direction, it could work. But I mean,
If-
that's just
I
me
think-
and like wishful
I
thinking
think
in
with
my own
him,
head.
with him, I think if he, in his mind, if he was offered the Batman job again, he in his mind he thinks that he would be the director and he would be the writer, he would be the producer, and some faction, it's like one of those roles, and
Like
he
more
does not
creative control on the
Yeah,
character.
he does not want creative control. He doesn't want the pressure of that stuff. All he wants to do is play the character, but he knows that if he gets offered it, that he will be offered a creative control type of role.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want that. So I'm sure.
I know. I really want to see Air. So
I know, but that contradicts kind of like everything that people have said about Ben Affleck. Like he likes acting, but he's a creative and all this stuff. Like then, like why wouldn't if he got offered that spot, why wouldn't he do it? Because there's so much stuff that there is to the character. I mean, that would be an interesting thing for him. But I get
the thing
it.
is that the creative part, that was the creative team of the Flash, isn't Ben Affleck. So it's like maybe he realized that he shouldn't touch Batman. Like he himself shouldn't be creatively involved with Batman. And it's just finding the right person to help him to find that Batman again.
I mean,
Andy Muschietti.
I do kind of feel like at this point anything could happen. Really, I'm not discounting anything anymore. Like certain things, like Zack Snyder coming back, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
But because Jason Momoa said in an interview that he thinks that there's more to do with Aquaman, right? Like he's not done.
But he
playing
didn't
the role yet.
specify
You know
that was
what,
his
though?
Aquaman. He didn't say it was his Aquaman. He just said that there's more to do with Aquaman in general.
I think
okay.
Jason
In the
Momoa is going to
DCU.
keep saying that shit until Aquaman 2 comes out.
Well,
it's just
I
like
think-
corporate speak.
Yeah, I
honestly.
get that.
Well,
I get that.
You
With
know?
his recent
Hey, what up,
comment
Andre? If you want to come in, let me know.
Hey.
To show the end of him talking about his future as Aquaman, but rather than the future of the character Aquaman, that he knows that that if he continues, we saw what happens when you continue talking as if you have the future of the character, that your film, and with contradictory news stories, that your film does not do well. So he's probably like, let me stop saying something as if I have a future as Aquaman, when my future is not Aquaman and it's some other character,
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
like, let me
I
say,
mean-
my Aquaman is great, but the Aquaman that's supposed to be in the DCU is going to be even greater, or in general, it has a great story coming up.
Yeah.
Or
Like
whatever.
the first, like when a movie is like 6 months or so away, you really need to take
Not
everything
yet.
an actor says with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I
at this
agree.
point,
I agree.
yeah. With
I agree.
restructuring of stories and characters and actors, and all that stuff, you really have to be like, okay,
Totally.
what's really going on?
Hey Matt, you know a lot about movies. I want your honest opinion.
I
How
do.
much do you see the Aquaman 2 actually make?
I think it's going to be an uphill battle, to be honest with you.
Really?
Well, okay, so like Shazam 2 just it crashed and burned, man, and that's a shame, and I feel
It's
bad
sad,
for it
man.
because I really like the movie. I can't wait to watch it again. But like Aquaman, it's been by the time Aquaman 2 comes out, it will be 5 years. And there is a certain threshold for time you have in between sequels, right? It either has to be like within the first couple years, or you have to wait 10 or plus years to do it. Because otherwise, if you get to that mid-level, like 7 years or whatever, it's going to be like, it feels like it's close, but it's also too far. That makes sense?
True.
Like there's no nostalgia there.
That's a good point, but you have to understand, like, a lot of franchises experienced that, at least on some point, because of like COVID. Like there was at
Yeah.
least
I mean,
at least 2 of those years where
It-
Yeah,
years
but now
were
we're
not
getting
much-
one Scream movie a year, and I know
True.
it's horror. Horror is like way easier to film,
certainly.
but I'm just saying,
but the thing is also James Wan came out and said that the recent delay was because of visual effects and how visual effects heavy this movie is.
yeah.
And like, I mean, I'm like, okay.
I mean,
like,
the
I
way
feel
that.
like-
Sorry,
I
go ahead.
feel like with that thing, like you could have prevented that for yourself, honestly.
Well, looking at like going back and looking at how James Wan and I think was it Weta that worked on the first
Weta-
Aquaman.
Yeah.
I mean, because Weta also did Avatar: The Way of Water, so it's like
Weta basically has done every single
Weta
thing.
which is so funny because Weta was created largely in part to do the Frighteners. Back in yeah. Anyway, so with that, I would think that going back again, looking at Aquaman 1 is a good movie. It's a great adventure movie. Momoa has a lot of charisma. There's a lot of fun set pieces.
It's a beautiful movie.
Beautiful movie. I mean, my God, like the way that it was done was like really, really, really well. And, I mean, probably like the weakest part of that movie was Amber Heard, but, and then she's not going to be in this next one quite a bit. But I think if they're able to go in and get the visual effects to work the way that they wanted to, I think James Wan will deliver a very good sequel. The one movie I think that's really going to bomb is going to be Blue Beetle.
Really?
I do
Wow.
think Blue Beetle. Okay, well, okay. Let me kind
Do
of
you think
explain.
it'll get a release in theaters even?
Oh no, they're definitely going to release it theatrically, but I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
hoping that the Flash does well enough to be able to like warrant spending the money on Blue
All
Beetle.
right. Elaborate
The
your
thing
opinion.
is like, for me, I'm just very confused. We'll see Monday how the reaction is to everything, because Monday is when they have the trailer out.
For Blue
but-
Beetle?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh shit!
Um,
Oh yeah, no,
I'm
because
hyped for
Mario
that. I
opens
cannot
this week,
wait.
so they got a lot of
Yeah.
trailers coming from
Oh,
Mario. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm
like you have
excited.
like it's Secret Invasion Sunday, not Mario, Blue Beetle and Across the Spider-Verse on Monday.
I'm more excited than I
and
should be for
some
Mario,
other
honestly.
Ben Affleck and David Fincher movie. Like you have so many like trailers Monday and
Yeah.
Sunday.
All right, so there's
Um,
a lot to get into then. Cool. So
Yes.
let's move it along because we still have a lot. Sorry, hold on, I got a cough. Let me just.
Nicotine asked for a link.
All right, sorry, it's fucking cold, man. Okay, Rational for 5, thank you. Says if they end up keeping Ezra, Gal, and Robbie, it's just
Oh,
gonna
no.
make the continuity messy. I'm like, the continuity's already messy.
I mean, I think with this you can honestly be like, one one of these actors you're obviously keeping, the other two you might not, and one
I
of them.
don't want no Ezra Miller. I don't want it.
I mean,
really
the
don't.
other one you like had a movie that came out last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago? Honestly, I can't remember. The Suicide Squad, which kind of like was like a soft reboot of its own, where it didn't really acknowledge like the past, other than the Harley Quinn aspect and Boomerang, and other than that,
Yeah.
it didn't like you can scratch that off as like something that like happened before, like oh yeah, like something happened with them before, blah blah blah, whatever. And and Rick Flag, but then like you can start off there and be like, boom, that's the jump start point, and then here comes Peacemaker season 1, and then boom, Creature Commandos, boom, Waller, boom, Superman Legacy. There you go. That's the start of your new
I'll be
universe.
honest. I don't know if Margot Robbie's staying around.
I think she is.
Her movies
They
don't
paid her
perform.
enough.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, she
it-
kind of got like fucked on both of them. To be fair,
Well,
Yeah.
sure, fair enough.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
you know,
everyone
but
got effed on the second one because
yeah,
of
because of
a lot
COVID.
of yeah.
Look, I don't
Well,
blame her at
COVID,
all.
bad marketing, a lot of bad marketing.
I don't
mean,
blame her at
because,
all for
like,
that. I think that she's great as Harley, but like ultimately, I don't know if the like corporate's gonna look at it like that. And I think that may just
well, the
want,
corporate
like,
side is Peter Safran and like
And
Uh,
Gunn loves
and
her.
Gunn is the creative, so Peter Safran obviously is gonna be like, hey, let's have her back. So it's like
Well,
Well-
and Safran also produced Suicide Squad.
right.
So,
So
you
it's
know,
like-
and James Gunn has said that Margot Robbie is the best actress that he's worked with.
Right.
really.
So, you know,
all
he
right,
said,
yeah, all right. You know
So
what?
it's
After
like-
hearing that, sure.
yeah, you're like, all right. Like, you know, if they want more with her, because she, again, Batman and Harley Quinn move merch. Margot Robbie is doing Barbie. I think Barbie's going to probably do pretty well this summer.
I mean, if they release an actual trailer in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like-
I know. I
think that
finally saw
movie's
the
gonna, like-
teaser. You know,
I think
like,
that
But the
movie's
thing
gonna
is
perform
like
higher than
Oppenheimer has like
expected.
3 TV spots and 2 trailers and a teaser, while Barbie is just like left with 1 teaser.
Yeah.
It's
Look,
like
I ain't gonna go see that shit, but I think on brand recognition alone, that movie's gonna do like numbers.
I'm gonna go see that shit. I will admit
Wait,
that. I will,
well, okay.
I'll-
Well, you have little girls, so like.
no,
that-
I'll go
that
see it
makes-
on my own first. Like I got no problem with that, right? I'll be
Wow,
like that. I'll
wait,
walk in
really?
there. I'm gonna walk in
Wow.
there and be
Fucking
like,
Ryan Gosling?
let me
Let's
just
go,
get
dude.
one for Bobby, please. Thank you. Is there anyone in
I
the
think-
theater I need to sit around when no one can see me? I also need tissue paper. Thank you so much.
Like,
But
have
no,
you
I-
not seen all the memes regarding that? Like, a lot of guys have been like posting memes when it was announced that they're going to go see it to support Ryan Gosling and all that. Like, yeah, let's go. Like, people are hyped for Ryan Gosling. It's funny as hell.
I mean, I think again, it's like Simu Liu's in it. And a lot of other people are in it. I wonder what the story's going to be, considering that Greta Gerwig and her husband, who are both more known for like indie movies and like dramas, are writing the script
isn't
and
it
Greta's directing
basically
them.
Barbie and Ken go into the real world? because
Yeah,
they kicked out of
yeah.
Barbie world.
It's going to be like fish out of water. And you know what? Listen, I'm going to remind everybody that this has already been done with an age-old, beloved property. Did anyone here see the Smurfs from 2010?
True, that's a good point.
Smurfs,
Very
isn't
bad
there-
example of that being done, but good point.
That's why Smurfs 3 was entirely CG.
Yeah. I remember
oh
that.
my god.
I saw I watched the Trolls trailer again today with my kids, and my daughter
Wait,
had
this a
no
Trolls 3? I forgot that this is a Trolls 3.
Trolls 3. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. My daughter was like, "Oh my god, Poppy, Branch!" Very excited to watch it. You know, so we're gonna do that one. All right, let's move on here. Thank you very much for that, Rational. Okay, just playing catch up here. All right, hey Matthew, I had a bad day for $2. Hey buddy, hey.
Oh man, if you know, you know.
If you know, yeah. If you know, you know. If you know, you know on that one. Thank you. And then Broden here for 2. Thank you. Says RJ, I got you covered on these videos, dog. Thank you, Broden. CJH here says you should take advantage of AI for thumbnails. The problem with the AI for thumbnails, and I love Midjourney, my God, is that with AI for thumbnails, is it takes a lot of rolling to like really kind of get it right. And so when I do a thumbnail, I try to do I really do do the first thing that comes to mind. I try to think of something humorous if I can, but I don't overthink a thumbnail. You know, I'm just going to roll with it and see what happens and shit. AI is I like AI for like, if I'm bored or if I'm looking to go to bed, I will lay in bed on my phone and I'll just go to my Midjourney server and I'll just like think of an idea and start tweaking it for like 20 minutes. It just kind of calms me down and I go to bed. You know, it's weird. Like it's really weird, but sometimes I prompt some stuff and it just doesn't work the way I want it to, you know, like I wanted to do Actually, I'll show you guys this. I sent this to HBarts last night. I was asking Chat GPT about about what is it, like how to do bad movies, right? And so I had said I came up with an idea called Zombie Shark. And so I had this made in Midjourney as like a kind of a mock movie poster, and the synopsis is zombie sharks. When a group of scientists accidentally create a virus that turns sharks into zombies, they must team up with a group of surfers to stop the undead fish from taking over the beach. And I just like the design of the fucking of this. It looks weird, but it also kind of looks inviting.
That's
pretty cool.
It's
I gotta
aesthetically pleasing. I'm not gonna lie.
It's very aesthetically
I just think
pleasing.
the narrative and the story, though, is
Yes, it's stupid. That's the whole point.
It's like, isn't that a typical fucking shark?
It is. It is. It really is. Well, because what I'd asked it to do earlier, I was like, I had this idea for like, it's for a really, really, really shitty movie called Bad Grandson. Okay. And so it's like, do you remember that episode of Futurama where Fry goes back to Roswell and almost bangs his grandmother? Do you remember that episode?
No.
You don't remember that episode.
Do you guys remember that episode?
Not at
You
all.
fucking youngins. Jesus Christ.
No, I just haven't fucking watched the show.
You are missing out by not watching Futurama, man. Anyway, there's an episode.
I watched it. I just don't remember it. I remember the last episode because it was
remember
fantastic.
you would remember this episode where Fry ends up like Fry and Bender go back in time to Roswell, New Mexico, and Fry ends up like meeting his grandfather and meeting his grandmother, and he almost has sex with his grandmother. Right. And that's kind of a running gag. So like the joke in my mind was like, what if the grandson just hates his family? He gets a time travel device. He goes back and his intent is to fuck his grandmother, therefore making sure that his family line doesn't exist. That's the plot line. But his grandfather finds out, and his grandfather is determined to not let his grandson destroy the life he wants to build.
That is funny.
So he's trying to stop his grandson from like becoming a suitor to his grandmother. It's like, again, the concept is so ridiculously stupid, but it's like the idea in my mind for like the poster I wanted to make. Cause I went to Midjourney and I was trying to tweak it, and it was just like, it wasn't working the way I wanted it to. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to ditch that concept, but it's a stupid
What did it come
idea.
back to? Jeez, some guy wants to. Wow.
Fry does have sex with his grandmother.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
There you go. I must have just fucked that up. Oh, he does have sex with her. God damn. Well, there you go.
You fucked up, buddy.
There you go. I know. Zachary here for 10. Thank you, buddy. Says zombie shark coming soon from the asylum. It could work, man. Look, cocaine bear was a thing. We could do my my zombie shark story idea.
Zombie shark.
Zombie shark. But yeah, it's I thought it was like stupid, but just again, I love dumb concepts. I really do just love dumb movie ideas. Because like they're, because for one, they'll never get made, but if they do get made, they could be a Tubi exclusive. And let's be fair, that'd be kind of cool.
Hey, give it up for the little guy.
Yeah, Blessing here says, Jarbo, you never not stop surprising me. Thank you.
Well articulated, my friend.
Thank you. I like to do it. I like to keep you guys guessing. All right.
Let us fry.
Yeah.
What the heck is this, H-Bars?
Oh my God. Sorry. You got me on that one, Jimbo. I'm like, fuck. All right. H-Barts for 5. Thank you, but he says wrestling is fake, but I guess Infinity War really happened. To some people out there, probably. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
maybe
what's
it
the
did.
context of that, H-Barts? I gotta know.
We were talking about wrestling.
And
everything else. Yeah, a little while back.
All right.
I don't know the Infinity. I mean, I think it's like his wrestling is fake, but Infinity War really, I don't know.
Wait, really? All right.
I'm not too sure. And then we got Jess here for 5. Thank you, Jess. Says news about Scott Pilgrim cast returning for the anime series. Also, there was a hygiene clause for Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. If you smell, you are disqualified.
Goddamn right, dude. Holy
Wait,
fuck.
Dairy Queen? What the fuck?
No, disqualified, DQ'd. I gotta say though, that is remarkably based. That's based.
No, that's legendary right there. Have you seen, like, I go on TikTok a lot because I get bored in class. But
I know you go on TikTok a lot.
I've seen these two fucking guys play Yu-Gi-Oh! And I could just tell that they don't fucking shower. I could just tell. And that's like the thing I said about, like, in regards to wrestling fans. Why can't people fucking know? Like, you obviously, you spend a lot of money. You get consoles, you buy games, you buy tickets. You can afford fucking soap. Use it, please.
I mean, you know, I understand the concept of that one. But really it also, you know, is some people out there just to have hygiene is a tough thing for some people. It really is. I don't know why. It just is. And some people just have a smell. You know, like some people just naturally have a smell. Like, have you ever like been around somebody and they just smell bad? And you're like, I can't tell what it is. Like, there's just something about you that just permeates grossness, you know? And I have what's known as olfactory hallucinations. So like, I just randomly will smell burning or like very, very pungent odors. And I'm also an ex-smoker. So like cigarette smoke bothers so smells will bother the fuck out of me. Right.
Oh,
and so,
same.
So it's like, you know, I mean, I get like, there's some people that are like that, but then even at Comic-Con, you go to Comic-Con and it's like, there was one guy, I saw, he had a bandolier on and there was like little mini deodorants where the grenades were.
Dude, that's fucking great.
And he was handing them out. You could even go to some booths at Comic-Con and get deodorant. You know what I mean?
That's fucking sad. That is so sad.
It's just some people, you know, I mean, like some people are just, you know, oftentimes one of the first things to go when somebody is depressed is hygiene. Right? Like it really is. You start ignoring the little things, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, wiping your ass, right? Like the wiping your ass thing. I don't understand that. But
I just want to understand how the fuck does wiping your ass include with that? Because like you just
take a shit, maybe you're not as thorough. Some people do.
I mean,
some
Jesus
people do.
Christ.
Some people do. I had a roommate back like 20 years ago. And a friend of mine from high school, his parents kicked him out. He had nowhere really to go. We let him stay with us. He slept in the room. I had a big enough room to fit two people. And so he took one half of the room. I took the other half of the room and stuff. And he ended up, you know, like he had hygiene problems. Like, and we talk about this and shit. And like, but he ultimately, like he met a girl, hooked up with her, moved in with her, didn't tell me he moved out. By the way, didn't tell me he moved out.
That's such a guy thing to do,
right?
Though.
And so, like, all of his shit was still in my place, and I'm like, bro, it stinks. I'm gonna throw it out. Come get it. And he's like, I'll get what I need, right? And I'm cleaning out like stuff later on, and I'm finding like wadded up underwear that was his, and it was like he would just like he wouldn't wipe his ass. And he would just like throw the underwear away. And I'm all like, for one, that's like gross. And then two, I'm like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, fresh underwear does feel amazing. But like at the same time, you know, this is like it was bad. But I think it was also, he got better over time, mind you, once, you know, he moved in with the girl and the girl was very much like, you wash her, here's a loofah, bitch, you know, and everything. But it was like, he's going through such a tumultuous time, you know, like having issues with like his parents and then, you know, other things that had happened and stuff. And so I could understand from like a mental health perspective, but I was 19 at the time, you know, like what the fuck was I, you know, I wasn't qualified to help him, you know, we just were giving him a place to stay and stuff. And it was just, you know, weird. Anyway, wash your ass is the moral of the story.
Good point, yeah.
I mean, well, Americans have this thing with bidets, right? Like I keep telling my girlfriend, I want a bidet. She's like, why do you want a bidet?
It's obvious why.
I mean, because no, you know why I want a bidet?
Sensation.
Why?
It's not the sensation. I'm not into butt stuff. It's my OCD.
It's sensationalism.
No. It's my OCD. It really is my
I
OCD.
definitely see the OCD thing.
It's my OCD because it's like I'll fucking fully admit I'm an over. Like if there's something, I will work at something to get rid of it. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
God! So yeah, you're gonna be staying there for like.
I've been there for a while. I'm just like, sometimes it's happening. Oh yeah.
And then
Totally
sometimes you're like, how does it
understandable.
keep just how's there still more shit?
How is there more in there? Yeah, you're like,
That's enough slices.
Yeah. Like, God damn it. God fucking damn it. And I might be oversharing, but I mean, it's like, it is a mental issue. OCD is a mental issue.
It's something we all deal with, though. John.
Yeah, so it's like, it all happens in different ways.
About it.
Your
Yeah,
mental health
we all
starts
suffer in
kicking in.
silence with shit like that. Like,
Yeah, suffer in silence for being, it's like,
Right.
I mean, I'm
Other
better
people
about
do
it
it
now
too.
than I used to be, but like, if I get in a manic state, it gets pretty bad. So it's more or less like, that's why I want a bidet. I'm like, just pressure wash that shit. You know what I mean? Just get up in there, just all right, squeaky clean.
Power washer simulator.
Fucking, I mean, look, I look. All I'm saying is, I just want my asshole so clean that if I wasn't a porno, I wouldn't feel bad about getting it eaten out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just because
that's actually
also
a good fucking standard.
That's a good standard. That's a good standard. That's a good hygiene thing, right?
Standard.
Because I never understand that about when I'm watching a porno and like the girl just starts like just gagging on the dude's fucking butthole, and I'm like,
You know what?
and I'm like, for one, I understand maybe why, but it's like, are you going for the taint? Oh, nope. You're going into the hole.
You're going down the black.
You know,
hole.
and I'm just like, what? Why? What about that is? The first time I saw it, I was like really turned off. I'm like, fast forward.
I don't understand how anyone could like that. I think that's probably the one thing that I will avoid. And
Well,
never
it's also
do.
when
just
you watch
fucking
when you watch a porno and like the guy bends the girl over and he starts eating her out from behind, but he's eating her out, but his nose is directly in her fucking poop chute, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're like, how are you able to concentrate in this moment in time? That's my question. Like,
when you're literally getting fucking
like, but the thing is,
shit.
hygiene's a big part of their entire job,
Right.
So it's like, who knows? It could probably fucking smell like roses. You no fucking idea
probably
what it
smells like bleach.
maybe, right?
I don't
You
know, but I mean,
or maybe there's bumps of cocaine in there in order to kind of keep you going.
Oh my god, I honestly, I feel like that's interesting, but I know there's a documentary on Netflix kind of exposing all of Pornhub and all the controversies regarding that. But in terms of like what you're saying, like you want your asshole clean, like it could be used in a porno or shit like that. I'm like, hey, it's a good standard. It's a fucking weird way of saying it, but it's a great standard. But I mean, yeah, I totally get it. But
Yeah. Anyway, we lost like fucking 10 people on that one.
because I mean,
That's
Yeah,
fine.
You
talking
kind of
about fucking
lost.
poop shoot.
Well,
about,
10
like,
people,
turn
those
off
10
this-
of those people don't wash their butts clearly.
Those
Yeah, damn
people,
right.
those people are not frequenters of Hollywood After Dark. Y'all don't know. I
Yeah,
get new
yeah.
people in
If
all the
you-
time. Y'all
If
don't
you
know.
leave the stream or you leave the stream without liking it, you have an unclean ass
Yeah.
for the rest
Really?
of your life. No matter how many times you wipe, you'll still have that fucking streak.
You got a dirty poop shoot.
Goddamn right. You'll
all right.
wipe and wipe and wipe, buddy.
Well spoken.
Jeez.
Anyway, sorry. It's like, it's been like it's just, yeah.
Driver was dying.
Maybe. It's just this stupid ass cough won't go away. All right, this is here. Oh, by the way, as for the Scott Pilgrim animated show coming, getting the original cast back is amazing, and I can't wait to see it.
I couldn't believe that they did that. That's crazy.
Dude, the fact that they got Brie Larson and Chris Evans to come back is just nuts. Like everyone else, I
just so-
understand.
I want
Surprised.
more bangers from Brie Larson and all that because my
Oh
goodness,
yeah, me too. Me
dude,
too.
like, and I kept seeing people saying like, "Oh, Brie Larson's vocals were horrible." I'm like, you shut your whore mouth.
No, I watched that clip
Her
again last
versions are
night.
Better, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I
People
listened
who
to
just
that like
dislike
every
Brie
like
Larson.
I
At
cannot
least once a
fucking
week.
wait, dude. Dude, it's
Friend
like, it's such a
of a friend. It's a good.
it's a great fucking.
Here-
that
here's
movie
the-
overall is just great.
That movie. I'll tell you the suckiest thing about here's where Universal fucked up with Scott Pilgrim, because it came out like it opened the same day as Expendables, and Expendables, because of the hype behind it, went on to do like, I think it was around like 80 million, 75, 80 million in its opening weekend, and Scott Pilgrim just did like not. But also Universal was basically giving out free screenings of that movie to like whoever wanted it. It felt like anyone who'd wanted to see Scott Pilgrim at the time, very much was like, had already seen it essentially. I think also not having Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in some capacity was a problem. And I know people out there may not agree with me on that, but like when you have Edgar Wright and they're like, it's Edgar Wright's first movie that's not part of the Cornetto trilogy. So, I believe, right? That was he did, yeah, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and then he did Scott Pilgrim in 2010, right? So every 3 years. But by not having those Nick Frost and Simon Pegg in that, I think people didn't associate. Because, again, you guys are way too fucking young. But like when Shaun of the Dead came out in 2004, that was big. That was a very big release. And then Hot Fuzz also very, very well loved. So it's like, then him moving on to something else, it didn't do it. But I will say though, again, I think Scott Pilgrim has found an audience over time. So that's good.
No, it definitely has. I mean, it has a cult following at this point.
Yeah.
And not just the movie, but like there were people who there was a video game that was unavailable for a long time. I think it was like a phone game that a lot of people loved, and there was like this big campaign to bring it back, and they finally brought it back.
It wasn't a phone game. It was a brawler. It was a brawler.
Oh, wasn't it? Okay.
I think it might have been on like the PS Vita or some shit.
Oh no, it was like on Xbox Live Arcade. You're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they brought it back, which is great. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's all that. Anyway, here, what is it? Blessing says, you haven't been through the storm that is a Hollywood After Dark stream. No, that's very true. Tony says, only on HWAD do we go from movie talk to eating ass. Very true. We started off talking about a lot of shit, though, so there you have that. This is here. It says, this is Matt Jarbo, and I want you to make a thumbs up if you want pie.
All right.
All right, I want pie. Saggy will randomly reappear. She'll be like, I'm eating chocolate pie. What's going on?
Wow.
Have you not? No, she comes on and she's all like, hold on, I'm eating chocolate pie at like 3 in the morning.
Your pie before you came on.
And then she'll be like, she'll wash it down with an energy drink. And I'm just like,
oh my God, that's nasty.
Like, girl, what are you doing?
That's kind of fucked up, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, get some like Malik or something.
It's such a weird, but just texture wise, makes no sense. Chocolate pie, washing it down with an energy drink, which are largely fruity by design.
Nasty ass fucking.
It's such a weird thing. I mean, and again, no, like, I mean,
she is fruity, so.
Well, by her own admission.
And chocolate.
Yeah,
so,
no, I'd get maybe a glass of milk, maybe
eating
some coffee.
and drinking what she is. So you are what you eat.
So she's eating like shit. Is what you're trying to say, Caden. You're now saying that. Okay. There you go. There you have it, friends. There you have it. Rational says, Matt, are you sure she's eating chocolate pie? That's what she tells me.
That's what she says, right?
That's what she says. Why would you lie about she could, it could be like, I'm telling everyone I'm eating chocolate pie, but really
she's really eating strawberry pie.
It's just quinoa. You're like, or I'm eating lentils.
I'm actually eating a fucking apple.
Apples are fucking good, man. I'm probably gonna have some goddamn chicken after this because I need some protein.
Are you though?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have chicken. I have chicken that I have to eat.
Experiment with some bleaching.
I'm not gonna. No. What? No. Why? Why would I eat bleach? You drink it, motherfucker.
I'm fucking. Never mind. I'm going back to the fucking asshole conversation.
I know you're making. I know, but it's like your connection of getting there was just kind of.
You know what? Let's move on.
Hold on. You know what it reminds me of? Yeah, we're gonna get to that here in just a second. But what that reminds me of is so funny is like I remember the very first penthouse I ever looked at. Because I was Playboy. Playboy was, that's like the premiere, right? And that's all gentlemanly stuff, it's very tasteful nudes, not like Penthouse, which is dirty as fuck. But I'm looking at, I find this Penthouse and I'm looking at it and there's an image there of a naked woman in high heels squatting over a sink. And she's pouring, it has a bleach bottle and she's pouring it on her vagina. I distinctly remember the image.
Oh my God.
I do not remember the context. And I remember going like, why is she pouring bleach on her cooter? I just don't understand this. I'm sure there was a description or some kind of text on the image that would have maybe explained such a phenomenon. I just never saw it. I don't even know where I would even go back to find that magazine to look at that again. So there you go. Or maybe it was Hustler. It could have been Hustler. I forget. There's so much stuff back then.
but I just want to let it known that the most hilarious conversation I've ever had, was when I was like, I think it was 2 semesters ago. We had to write a paper regarding some innovation in history, and as a joke, because I did this as my rough draft, I did about the innovation to society that Playboy magazine has done. And I had an interesting concept in regards to the perception of women after it was done. And my professor is like, before you go, can I talk to you after class? I'm like, oh fuck. So then I go up and talk to him, and he's like, this is actually probably the first time I've ever had someone do this. And I was typically like, okay, this is gonna be interesting, but he's like, I read it, it's actually a really good concept, and I actually went through with the article, and I got an A+ on it. I mean, fuck it. I mean,
that's how you do it, man. That's how you do it.
I know, but like, it was actually really interesting, like learning about the history of Playboy and actually like reading like quotes and interviews with some of the first stars in Playboy and some of the perceptions, the culture at the time of like how, like, fuck, I don't even think like a man and woman could like actually like film a scene in a movie of them like getting into bed or like not doing anything but simply just being in a bed, and how Playboy like completely fucking changed everything. Like it was rather interesting, but let's go back.
I know there's a lot there about Playboy that's,
yeah, it's fucking wild.
I remember when I was in LA, when I was living in LA once, I went to go meet a friend of mine who worked directly next to where the Playboy offices were in Burbank. And I'm waiting for him because we're going to have lunch at like the food truck that's outside of his work. And I'm parking. I didn't know that Playboy was right there. And all of a sudden I just see like this gaggle of like these women walking by. And I'm like, man, those women look like they could be Playboy models. Like, my God. And then I looked at the building they walked into, and I look up and I see it, and I'm like, oh, I was right. Where am I at? Is this Mecca? Is this the chosen land? Is this the best place ever? But again, it's like living in LA. You just see, Caden knows what I'm talking about. You know, it's
What?
like
I just came back.
attractive women everywhere, or people everywhere.
Oh,
Get
in LA.
together, bae.
Anyway,
I just came back because yeah.
That's okay. It's okay. Okay. I did miss this one. H Barts. Talking about Rocky, he says, at least when you watch it, it won't be like how my friend did it yesterday. What he's telling me was his friend watched Rocky 1 and then jumped right into Creed and was like, Creed sucks. And then
what?
Well, some people,
How the fuck does like, what are you doing, bro?
I mean,
Like,
the thing is,
I
like,
don't
do I
understand how that
need to
happens.
watch First Blood Part 2 or Rambo 3 to fully understand Rambo? 2008, it's Rambo.
Yeah, I mean,
Not really.
Well, I mean, okay, well, I mean,
There's a difference though.
I would say, yeah, there's
It's an
quite a
action bloody
difference.
hero versus an actual boxing series.
Like, they literally, like, okay,
Within the real story.
it's exactly like Zack Snyder's DC movies. How each of them picks up at the very beginning. It picked off with what happened in the previous movie. Like at the beginning of BVS, it shows Batman's perspective of the whole Metropolis shit. Snyder Cut shows the death of Superman. It's the same thing with the Rocky movies. How the end of the first one is kind of the intro to the next one, and it goes so on and so on. Except for the last couple movies, they very much tie into each other, and it's a complete storyline. And like by the fifth, if you just go from like Rocky 1 to, let's say, Rocky 5, you'll have no fucking idea what the hell happened. You'll miss so much context and little details. And it's the same thing if you go from Rocky 5 to watching Creed. You'll miss all this other stuff. They're all worth a watch. I would say Rocky Balboa, though, I mean, it's all right, but regardless of the quality of like some of the storytelling they do, they're all really good movies. I would say they're entertaining to watch.
Yeah, no, I do want to see them. It's really just I need to get another. I have the Xbox Series X hooked up, or Series S hooked up, so it's hard to get a DVD player in there. That's why I like digital. It's why I like watching digital, but physical media is still really good too. All right, and then a couple more here real quick because a couple just came in. So I want to get to these two real quick, and then I'll get to the other one. This is here. It says Tetris is out on Apple Plus. I do want to see that. I hear it's really good. Have you guys, any of you seen the Tetris movie yet?
Seen a lot of marketing for it, and I was gonna check it out possibly because I think
No,
I
I
haven't.
haven't seen it. It's funny because I have a distinct like childhood memory of hearing about that movie being in production when I was like fucking 6 or 7 years old. So that's how long they've been talking about doing a Tetris movie.
I think back then they were actually literally talking about like trying to find a way to make the game a movie, not the story about how the game got released in the States.
Oh, yeah. That's probably the disconnect I'm having in my head.
It's okay. Or you might be thinking of Pixels, the 2015.
Oh,
No.
my
They
God.
were actually trying. You're right. Back then, they were actually trying to make a movie about the actual game of Tetris. How the fuck were they planning to do that? I don't know, but it's wild, man.
Do the people who came up with that idea still have a job anywhere?
Probably not. That's probably why we haven't heard about it in a long time. I also remember hearing about like a Space Invaders film around that time.
Oh, I'm sure.
That would be fucking
Space
dope.
Invaders would be interesting, provided they did it like. I think a Space Invaders movie would be great if they treated it like it was Mars Attacks, like the same kind of 50s style with the saucers and stuff.
Sure,
Dude,
like,
that'd be
like that would be cool to see. I don't want to see like because I recently rewatched Battle LA and I really enjoy the movie, but like I don't need to see that version of Space Invaders. I would prefer like maybe a tongue-in-cheek take on it, but of course that's just me. So all right, and then we got Gailey Productions for $2. Thank you. Says we didn't start the fire. Sure.
The fire's burning.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Brian, start the fire.
not a huge fan of the song. Hey, Jabba.
No, I mean the song is okay. I have nothing against the song. It's like it's
JFK.
is it? I tell you. Here's the thing. You guys are gonna laugh. I don't know if it was Springsteen or Joel who did it.
It was Joel.
It was Joel. Okay. Which one did the Piano Man? Joel
That's
as well?
Elton John, bro.
No.
Wow.
No, piano. Was it piano? No, I thought that was the other one.
Piano Man?
I'm Google. Here, I'm on my PC. I'm gonna
Give
I'm
that a
going up.
goog.
Yeah.
A goog.
piano.
Give it a goog.
Yep.
Oh no,
Billy Joel.
no, that is Billy Joel. Holy fuck! Okay, now I'm an asshole. What the fuck?
Fucking thank you.
Holy crap.
Let's see. Gailey here says it's been always burning since the world's been turning. There we have it.
Yeah, he just giving
Just-
lyrics.
if you're just gonna be super chatting the lyrics to the song, I mean, there's a lot of lyrics. So
I love that song. Actually.
so anyway, all right, and then I wanted to thank you guys very much for that, by the way. So then to preface this next one, I actually had a tweet I wanted to bring up first because there was breaking news yesterday that I didn't talk about. It's always a crazy thing when an actor gets arrested. Did you guys hear about this? A big actor got arrested yesterday. A Home Alone 2 star, Donald Trump, has now been indicted on criminal charges.
You know what, Matt? I fucking swear to God, you got
I
me.
thought
I was
it
like,
was
what the
someone
fuck are
else.
you on
I
about?
totally forgot about this.
Yeah, Home Alone 2 star gets indicted on federal charges.
I'm sure this will be what he's remembered for,
Trump
right?
Steaks CEO and founder got arrested.
Well, the reason why it's because Benson here dropped a super chat for $2. Thank you. Says, how do you feel about the left-handing Trump 2024?
Oh boy, that's a loaded question.
That's a very loaded question. Here's the thing with that though, Benson. I understand how a lot of the right wingers are thinking about it. The truth of the matter is, it's not gonna. He doesn't have the support to get there. He just doesn't have it. Like Trump. Look, he was on Hannity 3 nights this last week, and there's people on Fox that were coming out and going like, "Yeah, this sucked. He sucked. He's just crying. He's whining the whole time. He even on True Social,
Oh my god!
couldn't even fucking say indicted. He put indicated. I mean,
Did you see the meltdown? Like they were acting like as if like someone passed away. On Fox
yeah,
News
oh
and,
yeah.
like,
I know. It's
Newsmax.
like I fear
So-
for democracy. Democracy is over.
oh
and it's
God,
like
it's so-
where was this energy on J6, you bitches? You know, it's like people literally fucking breaking into our Capitol and trying to stop the actual power transfer of power. And you're like, yeah, it was a walk
It's
in
just
the
both
park.
fucking sides. are just fucking mental. They're both fucking
no.
mental.
We're not. No. On this subject, not both sides. You can't both sides this subject.
I was not paying attention. I was just saying, like, in general,
yeah.
fucking people whining and crying. It's
Oh
just the
yeah. I
same
know.
shit.
People always whine and cry about shit,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we're talking about actionable shit. You know what I mean? It's like Trump getting indicted. Like, I made the joke about this on Twitter yesterday. I said, look,
It's just so
Trump-
funny.
it
It's
is
like,
funny.
How do you feel about this situation? How
the
does
left.
it affect
yeah.
how does it affect the democracy? Terrible. It's terrible. It's a terrible precedent to have someone indicted for something that is just as simple as paying hush money. It's like, wow.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
fucked.
Here's the thing, Benson. I know you're saying his support is through the roof after these ridiculous charges. What ridiculousness about it? He literally committed campaign violation, campaign fraud. What he did.
Yeah, but
It's not even. It's not even up for
no-no.
debate. We've seen the checks. We've seen his. You cannot sit there and have your lawyer pay $130,000 to a porn star to shut her up before a presidential election, and then pay your attorney like back $35,000 chunks, and then you're basically paying for you're billing him, or he's billing you time and throwing a little extra on top in order to cover his expenses. That's what it was for, and they openly
that's-
admitted it. Rudy Giuliani was on Fox and he openly admitted it. Trump has tried denying denying that he actually did it, and then he's basically admitted it. This is not some kangaroo court nonsense. This shit took fucking years.
Yeah, we all know
To get
how,
to the point.
Rudy
Doesn't he still have,
Giuliani
like,
gets
courts
down as
in,
well.
like, Georgia?
Barrett too.
Yeah, there's also the soon to be indictment coming out of Georgia from election interference, which again, there is actual recorded evidence of him trying to contact the Secretary of State of Georgia and get him to find the votes. It wasn't a perfect call. That was enough. There was also now a second phone call that he made to somebody else who recently submitted that and testified to a grand jury in Georgia. This shit, he really tried to do this kind of crap.
Yeah,
And so
it's
it doesn't
just
matter.
fucked.
It doesn't matter how much Fox News is out there. Look, if you want to equate it to channels that we've made fun of here, Fox News is Geeks and Gamers. Fox News is Sill Nation. They know that they are lying. Dominion's $1.6 billion defamation case is about ready to just rip open their pants and fuck them raw with no lube. We've already seen a lot of emails coming out, right? Actual depositions from Rupert Murdoch, testimony from Sean Hannity, emails from Tucker Carlson about how much they hate Donald Trump. You had the
Right. All the
one of-
text messages and all that stuff.
yeah, the woman the other day, one of the higher ups of the company, saying don't fact check the election fraud claims because it's bad for business. Right?
Isn't Fox actually now being actual legal action taken against them by Dominion?
Well, yeah, that's the $1.6 billion defamation case. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
Dominion's looking like they're going to win, man. Like,
Oh,
I mean,
they are.
They're going to win.
Oh,
And
they're
and also
gonna
Smartmatic. Smartmatic is also doing one as well.
Oh, okay. Because
And
I
so-
know it's like Dominion, like today, like something was announced about Dominion's case, and I was like, wow, like good for them.
I'm just saying, if you watch how this shit is playing out outside of conservative media is doing everything they can to distract
hide it.
you, right,
Yeah.
from what's going on. Literally everything they can. But if you actually just pay attention for like 5 minutes, you're like, yeah, no, they corrupt as fuck. And it's like, this shit's coming out now. It was
I mean-
always going to take a long time to do. It wasn't going to be overnight.
Wasn't there another like senator, congressman, or like was outed as a pathological liar too?
Oh, there's
Again.
George Santos. Oh my God, that whole
Well,
thing.
George Santos, but there was someone else who was like saying like
yeah.
said that they have a degree at some like high like Ivy League school, but then but it was like really like he took a class during the summer and he didn't even finish the class. So
That
It's
I
like-
don't know who you're talking about personally, but that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, just
it
knowing,
was- I was like,
how,
okay.
like,
Then
look,
a new George Santos appeared, and I was like, oh god.
great, You know, I mean, look, and there was also a big a guy who worked closely with Trump out of Michigan. I think the Trump campaign just got busted for pedo charges and shit
Yeah.
the other day. I mean, the thing is, look, there's corruption everywhere. Let's be fair. Do I believe that that we need to hold more politicians accountable, especially when there's insider trading that we know exactly goes on? Yeah, 100%. The
yeah.
ethic committees need to start really ramping up their shit. The problem with the politics is that it's all lobbying based and it's all just trying to get as much airtime as humanly possible.
Plutocracy.
It's why fucking Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene run their fucking mouth to get whatever the coverage they can get.
Did you see 60 Minutes is having Marjorie Taylor Greene on to Sunday?
Why?
I'm just like, are you serious?
I mean, I guess I'll
Like,
watch it.
why are we giving her more airtime?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what it is? You know what it is, man? It's like that scene. I played the clip a couple weeks ago. It's like that scene from the movie Private Parts with Howard Stern, right? It's like the average Howard Stern fan listens for an hour and a half a day. Most commonly given answer, I want to see what he's going to say next. And then the average Howard Stern hater listens for 2.5 hours a day. Most commonly given answer, I want to see what he's going to say next.
Oh my God.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
look, I'll make jokes about fucking eating ass and grandsons banging their grandmothers to end their family fucking line. All right. And so people go, there it is. There's the joke he's trying to make, you know? And it's like, yeah, you got to keep them on their toes a little bit, but I'm making dumb humor. You know, these people are in control of our laws and our governing
I just hate
bodies.
politicians in general, and they just continue proving me right. You know that fuck 'em.
Yeah. What is it you got there, Caden? You want me to pull up?
Oh, it's the 60 Minutes tweet that is just hilarious. That, like, it says Georgia Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, nicknamed NTG, isn't afraid to share her opinions, no matter how intense and in-your-face they are. She sits down with Leslie Stahl this Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Oh, great.
And you're buying her fame that she implies intense and in-your-face rather than intensely stupid and in-your-face bigot. 6 Minutes lost its bits a while ago, but infomercials for fascists is a bit too far. The way guys, her nickname is MTG, as if it's a cute moniker bestowed by her besties, when her initials are MTG and her nicknames are Marjorie Taylor 3 names and Unfrozen Caveman Congresswoman. This shows to you who you're hired to launch her rep and complicit. And so it's just like, and sellouts. And it's like, I look forward to your questions about why she thinks school shootings are fake and why she supports QAnon. But yeah, it's like everyone's like, why? Like, why? Like,
I mean,
why?
you know, again, same concept. Everybody just wants to get them clicks.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, why don't we talk about why you all came over here for the first place?
2.5 hours later.
2.5 hours later.
Time to clip this.
Yeah.
section
So
out.
there we go. There we go. So look, getting into the whole situation with the sell the Snyderverse to Netflix, we all know that it's bullshit. You know, and again, I will fully, I like to be transparent. You know, I like to kind of go after these guys a little bit, especially when they put this out just the other day about how Saggy Melons is such a bad, evil human being because Saggy Melons was a moderator on the Nerd Queens. And of course, I mentioned in there as well, which I think is great that they asterisked.
But the thing, yeah, they
My
asked
first name?
one, but you're right, like one letter in your first
Yeah,
name.
it's so weird. And I do,
It's like-
I do
Hey, at least
believe.
they blurred out the words rather than pull a fucking Xeno and just type the whole thing, man. We all know the
But
damage
the-
that
but the
spelling out
thing is-
Matt could do.
Yeah, I
But
know,
the
right?
thing
It's
is,
such
as
a
if, like,
horrifically
they did
thing.
this as if like Matt is gonna look up Matt Jarbo and this is gonna pop up, even though
Why didn't they
this
do
is like a
Jarbo? Why
screenshot
didn't
that
they? Why did they
posted.
fucking do Matt? Like, Jesus
I don't-
Christ,
I
that's so
don't
fucking
know.
Stupid.
I have no fucking idea why the hell.
Jarbo, and like in
This
quotations,
is your Voldemort
Jarbo.
era.
This is why you need to use Grammarly and also have someone else proofread so they can look at this dumb
Dude,
shit
you-
and be like,
I feel like you who should not be named for these people at this point.
Furthermore, melons in quotations.
that's so fucking.
That's a good catch.
it's so weird. It's like, yeah, they're just like,
Mad Jarbo in quotations. Why? Why are
Yeah.
you using quotations and what the heck?
Them trying to be formal and like professional is such a fucking like comedy bit. I swear to
This
God,
is
it's
like-
so funny.
This is like the first draft of like an essay in like 3rd grade or like 4th grade.
I'd love to
Like-
see them try to like publish like a lab report for college. The professors is gonna hand it back. So the format, the grammatics and grammar is atrocious.
Why is Billy Bob's name in quotations? Oh, I thought it would just meant appropriateness for Billy Bob to be in quotations. No.
Dude, I would actually pay a professor money to like comb through this and be like, "Here's what's wrong. Here's what's wrong."
I would not even make my like least hated or most hated professor do that, because honestly, I would feel too bad for them having to read this
They'd be like,
degenerate
as
shit.
fans, we should only ask for
but it's
benefits.
just the stupidest goddamn fucking thing is what it is. Like they are just like,
Oh, they're trying to protect Zach's image. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I know, right?
Oh,
And
because that's what they care about.
Oh
Zach's
yeah.
image.
yeah,
Zack
it's,
Snyder's image.
I just have to laugh at it because you go, okay, they obviously hate me. They think, again, I largely I will troll. I will be a loud
No,
person.
they don't hate you. They hate M asterisk
Yeah, that's right. Sorry,
Jarbo
sorry,
in
yeah.
quotations, not you, Matt Jarbo.
But the
Stop,
thing is, though, I
folks,
keep
say
I
it
keep
3
asking
times.
myself like who wrote that, right? Like who's the person behind that account? Because like nobody wanted to take credit for it, right? I heard Skywalker talking about it, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know who runs it, but like go give him a follow." I'm like, no, if it's your fucking hashtag, bitch, you know who runs it. I personally think that it's the Snyder Queen. I do, because literally she's got this. You want to talk terminally online? This lady is terminally online, which actually brings me to this particular image right here. So this is something I pulled while we were talking. Nicotina, perhaps she was talking about Mott Jarbo or Mutt Jarbo, perhaps.
Mott's? You make fruit snacks? What?
God damn, dude. I have a box of those too, man.
Dude, I
Those are
fucking
kids.
love those shit. I can't. I don't even like. Listen, I'm an only child, but I don't give a fuck. That shit's like a
Oh,
good
yeah, no.
snack.
I mean, like, yeah, they don't last long. I got
So
'em.
what is this? Their new campaign, their new bargain that they've whittled down to like, let's get one more movie.
Well, that's basically about it, right? They want to sell the Snyderverse to Netflix. It makes no sense financially. You're looking at like, $5 billion. That's just an estimate. But again, like Netflix is not going to do that. So this is what she says. Right now, we have to be united. We have to be one voice, and we have to be loud. Many distractions exist, but we must stay focused and keep sight of the goal. They're watching right now. No, they're not. They aren't watching right now. They literally are not watching. Twitter has suppressed the ever-loving fuck out of this hashtag. I mean, again, this is another one I just found on her profile. The bell's already been rung, and they've heard it.
Notice how the hashtag is in every I looked at it the profile, and I just scrolled. Every single post had the hashtag as well, and I know this is going to be mentioned later, but it just continues to reinforce it. Like, yeah, you definitely kind of see what Leon was saying about what they think requires to be trending, because I mean, you look at every single post this person has, it's the fucking hashtag. It's just the constant, inclusion and spam of those things.
Yeah. Really, so it's kind of like in this particular situation, they've argued, here, I'll bring this up. This was sent to me a little bit ago. So this is what they put out, right? As a way to try and showcase, over the course of the past week, that the hashtag has done very, very, very well. So if you look here, you can see sells ESJL to Netflix, date range March 24th to March 31st, 23,000 total tweets. Sells Snyderverse to Netflix, 40,000 total tweets. Then they get Full Circle, 28,000. The Flash, only 17,000. Restore the Snyderverse, 31,000 in the last week. Release the Ayer Cut, 14,000. Make the Batfleck movie, 8,000. Shazam Fury of the Gods, 7,000, and then Shazam 2, 3,500. Now, again, connecting these two into it makes like no fucking sense.
Bunch of fucking drones.
It really is. I mean, the thing is with this stuff here is it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because they've spammed this thing so much that Twitter just doesn't acknowledge it anymore. So, I mean, on the For You page, like let's say For You trends or on entertainment, it might have it's popped up a couple times. I'll grant it that. But when they talk about this trending event, the trending event on Valentine's Day went up and it only trended, each of those tags only trended for 1 hour and then they were gone. And I showed it on stream that night. It just didn't trend. They tried it again on March 18th. Same, it just never went anywhere. Just no mention of it whatsoever. So, and all they do is they keep spamming and spamming and spamming and spamming. And they think that that's benefiting them, right? And so today, of all things, this is the best part of it, you guys. They kind of admitted it. In fact, they pretty much admitted it. This is a clip RJ was able to get from the Batflex Snyder, whatever the fuck it is. A 5/5 trending event. They want to do another trending event on May 5th. And then Leon of the New Geeks here basically kind of says the quiet part out loud.
So we're the only ones who spam? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Hey, it's really
What
funny,
the
yo.
fuck? We're the only ones that do anything that tries to strengthen their narrative, but everybody else is just innocently tweeting. I'm only going to do one tweet. I'm one person, and I represent this one tweet. You get him, Bob. Me too. I'm just going to do this one tweet. And you're next, Pam. Well, thank you. I'm going to do this one tweet. We got to 1,000 tweets. It's 1,000 people, guys. Everybody, wait. Get the fuck out of here, bro. It's a bunch of people doing the same shit that everybody does with every trend. There's people right now trending for Warrior Nun. And I guarantee you, whatever arbitrary number that they're hitting, they don't represent en masse one single person applied to one tweet.
Exactly.
It's a bunch of motherfuckers spamming. That's how trending happens.
And I will say as well, shout out to those Warrior Nun guys. You guys are putting up a good fight for your show.
Shout out to
they are
anybody
just
that's
like
trying
us,
to.
bro.
Yeah, shout out to anybody that's trying to trend and do something. Who cares? Like
Exactly.
dumbass
You're fighting
Facts,
for your franchise. Fucking good on you.
Yeah. So we're spamming, but it's okay. Everybody else spams as well.
I can't believe so many people make this like a consistent part of their everyday. I can't imagine even wasting a single second.
Let me wake up and tweet hashtag sells this.
People
Yeah,
are
it
fucking
says
terminally
definitely.
online, and like this is their whole personality. It's kind
Very
of a
true.
fucking joke, dude. And it's also like, whenever you,
Let me do
it's
this.
just,
Let me do
that's
that.
all
Well,
I
look at this
got.
here. You got
is
this,
a
like-
fucking joke.
Okay.
This is just Cell's ESJL, like the latest, right? 32 minutes ago, 47 minutes ago, right? Here's Caesar, and there's Caesar again. Okay. And then it's again like 1 hour, 1 hour.
Look at the Snyder Queen's
Right?
post.
Caesar,
Like every
look at this-
single post that Snyder Queen has, or Sammy Snyder Queen, whatever, it has the hashtag. So it's like, makes sense because every single post that they make has the hashtags.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just
I mean,
constant
but
spam.
again, look at this account right here. Right? It's a Caesar guy, been around since March 2022. Okay, again, it's just retweets, right? Retweet, nothing original. All right, not posting anything original really that we can find. It's just like here it is. Sell. That's it. That's all it is. Okay. But then you go and you look at his tweets with replies. If I could get back up to it.
Really,
goddamn.
not one single original thing to
Not
say.
one single original thing there, right? So
Not
here we go.
one.
So, and you got this right here. Okay, here he is 31 minutes ago. Okay, well, that's actually kind of an original. I'll grant him that.
It's
here
kind
it is.
of original. I'll give
Kind of original, just responding, but again, look, it's just like, okay, well, let's see which one. What is he responding to here? What's he responding to? Okay, I'm blocked. Am I blocked? Yeah. I'm blocked by a lot of these people, but you can also kind of guess what they're talking about, right? Again, he's just, responding with all this stuff. This isn't really, in my opinion, a real person. And again, I understand wanting to see more, right? Like wanting to see all this stuff kind of play out. I get all that 100%. But all they do is spam, and Twitter recognizes that. So, RJ here says that this guy was on there named GMW, and he says he baited Leon to admit that they have to spam to trend. So, that's just where it is. Danzig here says, I think personally there's more chance of JL2 as an Elseworld project under Abdi and DeLuca than for WBD. Oh, it's for WBD and going to Netflix. I mean, you know what? Like, if you had to guess just based upon the company, yeah, that makes sense. But at the same time, Abdi and DeLuca don't have any control over any of that.
It would still be James Gunn.
That's what people aren't really realizing. So it's like when Zack Snyder,
even if it goes to Netflix, it's still James Gunn.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no matter where it goes, it's still James Gunn.
But but the thing you guys got to remember about this, though, right, is like, so when Zach says that he's working with Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca, he is, because they handle the distribution wing of it, right? So if James Gunn Superman Legacy is going to be a DC Studios film that's going to be distributed by WBD, by Warner Brothers. That's why they're connected on that front. But that's it. So Zach talking to Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca about getting a print of ZSJL, getting a print of Man of Steel and BVS, that's what he has to work with them on. He has to get the license. He has to get with them, and they agreed to do it, which is great. Because when Disney got Fox, man, all those Fox movies that were in circulation for like the cult movie screenings or whatever, they shut that shit down. They threw that shit back in the vault, And so WBD not doing that is good. It's very good. But we have to. I understand you want more. Danzig here says, I know I'm part of the problem by tweeting the hashtag. I don't let it rule my life. Exactly. No, and you're not. Here's the thing. I don't think you're part of the problem by tweeting the hashtag, Danzig. I really, really don't. But I think what it boils down to is all about modifying expectations, right? Because he does say here, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Joker 2 and the Batman 2 both
Gunn came out and said
that
he isn't that reporting was wrong.
Yes,
like a month before he announced the slate.
Yeah, those movies are yes, they are
still under Gunn.
They're under Gunn and Safran. Yeah, they are Elseworlds projects, but DeLuca and Abdi greenlit Joker 2 before
there was DC Studios.
Yeah, and that brief period of time when they had control. And greenlighting Joker 2 was something that we already knew was going to happen. The movie made $1 billion and it won a bunch of awards.
They greenlit Joker 2 and Constantine 2 as Joker 2 as official, and then Constantine 2 as a placeholder. And honestly, as Keanu Reeves says, he doesn't even know if it's happening anymore.
With the amount of money John Wick makes, there's a lot of Keanu love. There's that. But okay, so Larry here says, Elseworlds wasn't even an official thing in movies until Gunn, so now we can get everything. Gunn announced Elseworlds as a thing. Gunn announced Elseworlds as what's already there.
Yeah.
And then Safran, I believe, has talked about how Elseworlds could apply if the story was good enough. You got to understand. James Gunn being brought in to to take this over with Safran, that was all being done as a way to to kind of condense everything, right? Or to what's the word I want to use here? It's under a singular vision. There's a term I want to use.
I know, like, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah. But that's why he was done there. And so, okay, but Larry, Joker 2 was always an idea with the director and cast until it got $1 billion. No, Joker 2 was never, like, Joker 2 was not supposed to happen. Like, they didn't want to do it because, Joaquin Phoenix did not want to do a sequel,
Yeah.
and they
unless
did.
the
It
story,
was
unless
like-
the story and all of it made sense. That's what I was like.
Well, they took a while to get there.
Yeah, clearly it took some development, to get to a stage where Joaquin and was like, okay, I like the script, let's do it.
Which means that the
Yeah.
story must be good and make sense, because I'm like, well, that's pretty much like my sign that I'm all for this movie. I mean, if it's truly like a full on fucking musical, I probably will not watch it. But my thing is like, I mean, if he signed on, then fuck yeah, it must be good enough to watch. So hell yeah, I'm for it.
Isn't he getting like he's getting a lot of money to do the movie?
Oh,
too.
yeah, he is.
But
Like
again,
that's why like the budget is like 120 million, but like
ooh, really?
half of that is like going to like everyone, like
Yeah, that makes sense.
to, like,
Yeah,
to Todd and Lady Gaga and Joaquin. So it's like
Yeah.
whatever,
Well, I gotta be honest. I think that movie's gonna like hit it out of the park. I think like Lady Gaga, a lot of people don't really see it. I fucking see the vision. I sure as fuck see the vision. I think that she's gonna kill it. I think that movie's gonna be amazing. I don't know if we'll see a third one, but I'd love to if the second one ends up good.
Well,
it's
I mean,
kind of strange making a sequel.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think that's kind of the
so-
whole point, though. Is if the movie makes money, they're gonna do it if they can
Yeah.
figure out a way to do it.
Oh yeah,
You
a
know.
menage a trois or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
Oh God, that would, dude, Joker menage a trois.
Yeah.
That could work.
Get
Folie
Poison
du
Ivy or
menage a
something.
trois. It's just like with Poison Ivy. Yeah, it's just Joaquin Phoenix recreating that scene from American Psycho of like looking in the mirror. Anyway, I think when it comes to the Elseworld stuff, we have to remember that Gunn and Safran are brought in to copy Marvel. And Marvel went through its own Elseworlds problem with the TV side of things. And now all that's under the same banner, and Kevin Feige is bringing a lot of it back, but he's bringing it back underneath the MCU banner. And that is something that we got to remember is Zaslav wants to copy somebody else's homework. And Gunn is there making a slate. So why do you really think that Gunn making a slate would have anything to do with these other projects? Or he would, why? Okay, I should say, why would he, if they don't have the money to market Shazam 2, what makes you think they have the money to develop Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and to bring everybody back for more? And I think they should. I've never been against that. I
But
just don't.
WB's hurting right now.
Oh, they're hurting hardcore.
Hardcore, yeah.
Hardcore. I mean, even Evil Dead Rise is a Warner Brothers release, I think, right? It's Warner Brothers. And they haven't put any marketing. Richard Newby, who writes for Hollywood Reporter, is like, where's the marketing for Evil Dead Rise?
Like, didn't it just have like a premiere?
It did. And the premiere, I mean, the premiere
Or
was
like
good.
a screening or something at South by Southwest, right? And like did reviews come out for it?
I mean, I saw reactions.
Or like reactions? Reactions came out. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
when
here's
does it come out? Like April 13th.
Yeah.
Or like-
yeah. It
yeah.
comes out right after Mario, man. That's a lot.
So it's like, where is the marketing for this movie? Like all I see is trailers in theaters, and like nothing else.
I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, the movie looks great. I want to see it. Dan Zakir says, okay, I'd love Gotham by Gaslight or Superman Red Sun Elseworld film. Having Elseworld sets them apart from Marvel. But again, yeah, you're right. But I think you're looking at it the wrong way. They don't want to be set apart from Marvel, right? Because Marvel has a track record of making money. They want a track record of making money. They want to have merchandise sales. They want to have toy line tie-ins. They want to have all the same stuff Marvel has. Because unfortunately, that is how these studios make money. And you have to treat it like you are telling a story, a consistent story. We all want more ZSJL too. But the reality of it is that Henry Cavill is pushing, he's pushing 40 this year. Not that he can't do it. But it's like, if it goes 5 to 10 years down the road, he'll be 50. Ben Affleck will be 60. Gal will be in her mid-40s. Ezra probably drinks the blood of children, so they'll be fine. And Ray Fisher is just going to,
like Tom Cruise, they'll never age.
They'll never. Although he's starting to show his age a little bit. I noticed that recently.
Tom Cruise has been. recently.
He hit 60 and he's starting to show it.
Yeah,
and that's
but
so
like
weird to
even
think
at
he's that
60,
old.
he's still like looking like before, like when he was like 50, he looked like he was still 30, but now he's looking like he's 55 and like older. And it's just like, okay, Tom
Yeah,
Cruise,
that plastic surgery is not
what
holding up as
changed
much.
in your regimen that recently? Like, did you find out that you're allergic to like some sort of whey protein, like, or like
He stopped nailing
Botox?
20-year-olds. So what happens? If you notice, Leo's also started rapidly aging. Maybe it's the adrenochrome. I don't know. Anyway, no, that's a bad joke. Benson here for $2. Thank you. Says when the Flash hits 350 million, it's finally over. The Flash is gonna might do 350 like domestic. That movie's gonna blow up, dude. I guarantee you.
That movie is going to blow.
It
like literally blow. Like
blow or blow up, because you got to add another word in there. If it's gonna blow, it's gonna bomb.
Oh, it's gonna blow up like Joker 2. I mean Joker like in Aquaman.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the marketing around the Flash is gonna be Batman.
Oh, it's like
it's Michael Keaton's gonna be everywhere.
For them to show it like April, like this upcoming CinemaCon, which is in like 2 weeks. Like 2 to 3 weeks before, like 3 months before.
Isn't it already on right now? Isn't it already? I mean, I'm seeing tweets from people who are already in Vegas.
You know what? Make fun of me all you want, guys. But when the movie comes out, I think it's going to underperform. That movie.
I forgot that Star Wars Celebration was happening next week. Like.
Oh wow!
I'm telling you, that movie's not going to do good.
You're telling me what?
That movie ain't gonna do good, Jarbo. It's gonna underperform.
The Flash?
Yeah, the Flush.
Nah, you're crazy.
It's not gonna do good, Jarbo.
You're crazy.
You can make fun of me in a few months from now.
I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of you for it. You're entitled to your take. But I'm saying, Cavill is Bond. You keep saying that. Cavill is Argyle. Command you asking, did I watch the recent South Park episode? I haven't seen South Park in like 3 seasons.
God damn.
I know they did a Chat GPT episode. I need to watch it, but thank you for that. Here's the thing with the Flash. Okay. The Flash had its first trailer. The trailer did very well. They haven't even done a story trailer yet. Story trailer is going to do well. They're showing the movie at CinemaCon. They're showing the whole fucking thing in CinemaCon, which means all of that stuff is going to blow up. And like when people start talking about it, the hype machine's going to start.
Yeah.
That's my take on it, at least. Because again, Anna, honey, sweetheart, you weren't there in 1989. You don't know.
Okay. Well, I will give you this. I will give you this. I've been going to the bar occasionally. And that's shush. And I've heard people talking about the Flash only because they'll be like, "Hey, Michael Keaton's back as Batman." Like there's a bunch of boomers there, and yeah, I've heard them.
The thing is, boomers will get people to the theaters.
I know. I know. Like that's the only general appeal of this movie, though. Like they are so fucking lucky that they were able to manage to get Michael Keaton in on this shit. Because I swear to God, like Ezra Miller, they can't fucking carry a film to save their lives.
I mean, again, that's not even the thing, but it's like you watch that Flash trailer, right? And it's like they're in the Batcave, and then out walks Batman, and they're like, you, and he's like, yeah, I'm Batman.
Yeah, man, that just feels so cheap to me, honestly.
Shh, no. Like, then you hear the Danny Elfman theme song, right? As he beats the fuck out of bad guys.
Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Look, I know. What? Like Michael Keaton's awesome. He's fucking cool as Batman. He's great. I've seen the '89 movie. It's fucking amazing.
Like
it's probably the best Batman movie, maybe. But
maybe.
I mean, it's definitely OG. Well, I mean, I'll be fair. I think all of them are great in their own right, except for Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
And I don't even hate that movie. But it definitely didn't live up to any kind of expectations.
A step way below the rest, let's just say.
That's very true. But I mean, I'll tell you this though, man. The OG 64 movie, I love that movie.
That's a good movie. Yes,
It's a fun ass movie. It's just, but it's like, look, the 89 version of it, like Batmania, Batman Fever, whatever you want to call it, that was big. And it's like you tap into that shit with the people, with the parents now, and be like, oh, I remember when that movie came out when I was a kid.
I
I'm taking
know.
my kid to go see it. That's going to be the big thing.
It's going to get a lot of butts and seats that normally
it
wouldn't.
is, and it's opening up against Elemental, and Elemental is just going to bomb, dude.
I think, Pixar is just going on that downfall.
Pixar
right
isn't
now.
what it used to be, even though they put out some good films recently.
Yeah, no, like
wait, what? React now or I'm gone?
What? Say what?
Okay. I see. This is South Park clip. South Park does Warhammer 40K.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay. And then we'll probably wind it down to be done before the 3-hour mark because my fucking throat is killing me.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's Jesus Christ. Okay.
Let's see it.
Your mom and Shelly are gone. We can do whatever we want without any stupid rules.
Whatever I want?
Yeah, dude. That's what this is all about. Let's do some spring break shit.
Can I see if any of the guys want to come over to do 40K all week?
Hell yeah, let's do some 40K. What is that?
You don't know Warhammer 40K?
Oh yeah, Warhammer 40K, of course. I'm down, let's do it.
Really? All week?
Yeah, dude, you're old enough.
Sweet, I'm gonna call Tolkien. Okay, that has a toughness of 7 and a -1 to your hit rolls. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5 hits. Okay, I'm gonna roll my saving throw, which is 3+.
What in the actual f are you guys doing?
Playing 40K.
You guys have wasted another day of spring break with this stupid shit. Do you guys know what spring break is about? Wet t-shirt contests, mud wrestling. Don't you want to get some bitches over here? Dude, do you not understand?
Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's great. Thank you for that, Comedian. Appreciate it. Rationally for 5, thank you, says, how do you feel about the Arrowverse co-creator getting upset at Gunn saying his time was wasted? I don't care. Was it Guggenheim?
Yeah, it was Guggenheim. He just like he said that he won his whole. He has this like newsletter that he does like once a week, and he says that there was one newsletter that he had in drafts that he did not want to release, like didn't want to like have out because his newsletter is supposed to be upbeat and happy and stuff. And he just was like, here's like basically like what it was being about. And, you know, and he's like, yes, I do have these feelings, but I don't, you know, like have these 100% feelings. It's just what I felt at the moment type of thing, where he was like,
Yeah.
I felt like I waste my time with 10 years of this the Arrowverse, and, you know, wasn't contacted to help Gunn and help DC build a universe, at least, you know, like some sort of like, you know, responsibility, even if it was like, you know, for a little bit, you know, he was like, at least ask me, you know. I felt like, you know, the ask could have been nice to have.
I mean, but the thing is though, it's like the Arrowverse.
I feel like it's more Greg Berlanti.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, sure, you ask Greg Berlanti, then you probably go to Guggenheim, but like, if like I agree with him at the same time, I'm just like at the same time I understand why they did it. You know? It's
yeah.
like,
No, I do get that. I feel like the Arrowverse stuff, there was a time like, okay, from like 2013 until 2017, let's say those 4 years, shit was on fire, right? It was on fire. You know,
yeah, it was pretty consistently doing good. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure ratings wise, right?
Well, and then what I think happened was when they made that deal with Netflix, and when The Flash was in like season 3, and they took it off of Hulu and they put it on Netflix after the season was already done, I think you lost a lot of your viewers.
A lot of people also think the writing of the show fell off. After
It did. Oh no, it did. It very much did.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons of like majority of their shows are pretty great, and then like by 4, 5, and 6, it's like, what the heck are you doing? And then like 7 has like some revamping of like the way you do stories, and it's like kind of like better than the last 3 seasons, but not as good as the first 3.
Seems
And
like they
then-
had a real issue with those shows and not knowing when to wrap them up.
Well, what they
Well,
should have done.
Honestly, it's
Sorry, go
just
ahead.
the thing is, it wasn't like the writers' room didn't know how to wrap it up because they didn't know if this was the last season or not. Because, like, as we learned that Batwoman was supposed to be greenlit, and then WB was like, actually, you know what? I don't want to lease the studio anymore. And then the writers' room was told to stop writing, and then it was canceled. So it's like, it's on Warner Brothers and CW for like being flip floppy on if you want to renew a show or not. It's basically what Netflix does. It's like let's renew it. You know what? No, let's not.
Yeah, never mind. And the next administration comes in, they're like, you know what?
But the thing is, it's like you don't want to lease a studio for Batwoman, but then you want to lease a studio for Gotham Knights. It's like, come on, like.
I think they made a big mistake on that one.
They did.
I don't know why
I'd
they
rather
would do that.
go and
I don't know why it
continue
didn't get
at least
scrapped.
for one more season of a show than start a new show that you know is not going to get another season, just one season. I'd rather continue a show rather than start a new one.
Yeah, that
Like-
pissed me off because I thought like the whole CW superhero shit was finally. I thought it was the
It
end
was
of a
getting
much needed
getting
era.
better, like finally getting somewhat better. Like I said, it's always like that middle 3 seasons that like go down and then goes back up.
But
It's
those
like,
will always weigh down the shows.
oh yeah.
Well, one of the-
because they take those 3 seasons very hard.
I think, well, again, one of the problems though is I always like to mention Once Upon a Time.
Once
Oh,
upon
yeah.
a
And I feel Once Upon a Time in season 3 made the right choice. And what they did is they broke it into 2 chapters, right? Or 2
Oh, yeah.
sagas, stories.
Yeah.
So it's like season 3, the first half of the season was they go to Neverland and they have to take
Right.
on like an evil ass fucking Peter Pan, right? And then the second half of season 3 was the Wicked Witch.
Right.
And it was interesting. It was
I
interesting.
mean,
And I'm like,
that's what they kind of started doing with the Flash, where like Eric Wallace was like, I picture as graphic novels. So each season is 2 graphic novels, and has and then they like in the mid season is like its own graphic novel. So there's like really 3 graphic novels in a season, but with only like one short story in the middle as a graphic novel.
yeah,
And which is a great way to see it as, because then you have 2 villains and then 1 big bad at the very end to wrap up the whole story.
yeah. And
Holy
I think,
crap! It's 4 a.m.
yeah, we're gonna. It's 1:30 here, and I gotta go to the bathroom.
Jarvo's got to piss now.
I do have to piss. I've had like 3 bottles of water.
Good.
Yeah, and my voice is very much hurting. But look, you know what, man? Like again, when it comes to the Snyder stuff, I look forward to Rebel Moon. I look forward to what he's doing at Netflix, and I look forward to what James Gunn is doing over at DC. I think both are in respective positions that are going to benefit them.
Yeah.
That being said, I wish other people would, like stop lying to those. There was a video I saw last night. I was talking about this in the DM group. This guy, Aaron Fisher, my review, whatever, did a video talking about, all this bullshit. And he starts like talking about how like Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca were the ones who greenlit the Ben Affleck cameo in The Flash. And I'm like,
what?
I'm all like, yeah, nothing had happened. Right. And it might have been, I mean, he might have gotten it screwed up with like the Aquaman 2 cameo. Cause I don't remember if they were in charge at that point or not.
No, they weren't.
That would have been Hamada would have been.
That was Hamada because, well, the reason why. So first it was Keaton because, Aquaman was supposed to be taking place after the Flash.
Yep.
And then once Aquaman was like pushed up and then Flash was pushed back, then they changed it to Keaton Affleck. So then it's like, okay, because now it's back to this. And then now that it's after Flash, there is no Affleck or no Keaton in it.
What?
Because it's like,
Damn.
no, it's like that whole scene with the UN is taken out because it's like, the scene that Jason Momoa wrote the whole treatment about is out of the scene because, well, guess what? When you add a character that is not going to show up in an actor or use an actor that's not going to show up in the next 5 years, and you write a whole scene about them, then you're definitely have to take that out. So I'm sorry, Jason, you did that to yourself. But yeah, so Aquaman is basically like a standalone story now with no ties to anything other than the first Aquaman movie with the whole Orm story. Other than that, and Black Manta. So it's basically just like a standalone story.
Yeah.
And then Blue Beetle, who knows what's going on with that?
Well,
this era of cameos has been weird.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that whole thing plays out. But we are at 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And Command Unit with Fiverr, thank you at the very end there, he asked me to react to Warhammer thing. So it's like 6.5 minutes. We'll watch it. You guys feel free to dip out if you have to, because I'll probably be wrapping it up like right afterward just because I'm just tired.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Command Unit. And again, look, going back, this whole stream has been kind of wild. I mean, mental health issues online are a big issue.
Don't let the mental health kick in.
Have got to fucking stop hiding behind it as a problem. I think that's a big factor. It's like if you are aware of something, you know what, like so are other people, and feel free. There's nothing wrong with asking for help, and just pushing things down is not going to benefit anybody. And I can speak from experience on that one. And
don't be scared to look up definitions of words and example of words on the internet.
Sure. Yes. Anyway, all right, let's give this thing a go. Thank you everyone for coming in tonight. Thank you.
Jago, do you hear the other voices when you're awake? It cannot be banished.
I tried, and for a time I succeeded.
To try damages the brain, the heart, and the soul.
What child has the right to sound so knowledgeable about such things?
No wonder you're in so much pain.
I was willing to risk it, Altani. Those with a sixth sense among my brethren are hollow and bitter beings.
I see.
What is it that you wish to speak of?
Who is the Prince of Crows? No, never.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Jago, I don't understand you.
It is because I am the only simple man in a complicated galaxy. The Lords of the Night, they call us. The nobility in the darkness. That is where we were born to be. Now, the Imperium burns, and trillions die in the trenches of Horus's ambition and the fires of the Emperor's hypocrisy. To the abyss with them. I spit on them both.
Jago, whose side are you on?
I am not on anyone's side. I am not a soldier beholden to a master. I am justice. I am judgment. I am punishment.
That isn't what you are. It's what you wish you were. What you should have been.
I am not on trial here.
But who do you judge now? Who do you punish? You used to try to escape. I think I know why you stopped. You think you deserve to be here. This is justice for all the things you've done. So you sit alone in the dark while your brain rots inside your skull, accepting it as your execution.
Who
Listen to yourself, Jago. Unable to feel gratitude without suspicion. Unable to even understand why someone would help another soul in pain. Always thinking of yourself. Always judging yourself. You're a broken soul, Jago. Your home world has poisoned you. You've lost the right to judge anyone else.
Hush now. They punished you, didn't they?
Yes. And not for the first time.
Who caught you?
My overseer. The master of the choir and first voice. He sensed our contact. I thought I was careful enough. There's no time. They're coming for you.
No.
There's no time. They're coming.
No.
I am judgment. I am punishment.
And I surrender.
Jago, are you still alive?
All right, that was interesting. Creepy children talking.
Wow, yeah.
It's a lot of it's dense, very dense.
Yeah, Warhammer is a very sickly setting.
Oh, his books are pretty amazing. This is just a small part of the story. Okay. Well, cool guys. On that note, I'm surprised no one has laughed at my little thing down here.
I noticed that. I said something about it, but someone was going on a rant.
Okay, yeah. I was like, I was thinking of something funny to put there. I was like, this Cash Money Millionaire.
Yeah, now you can add like a little like title. I don't know what they call them.
Yeah, it's what is it called? Headlines.
That can be useful for like, I imagine some people use that to like plug their Twitters and shit like that.
Probably.
It's a good idea. StreamYard's been, finally adding some new features.
This new layout, I haven't messed around with it too much. I need to give it a shot. But they need to work on their servers, man, because I keep getting fucking like slowdowns and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But all right, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out tonight, and have yourself a good one, and we'll talk again later. Peace the fuck out.